Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop! Break! Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it. 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right. Penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies. I'm hiding Pork Chop. ASAP. Have you seen his little Pork Chop? Oh my God, Pork Chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork. It's pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It is Thursday. We're doing Hernandez trial today. I'm Megan Fox, your favorite medium smart journalist. And we are recapping the Hernandez trial. And get this, we've got today's witness is actually here with us today. We have the regular panel. It's Jennifer Williams and Flux, House of Flux, and Tony Schultz. Tony!
Hello, how are you?
The guy who was on the stand, the IT guy with no goatee, and we're trying to fix that. But it's okay. We just don't believe that you're in IT because you don't have a goatee, and we're not used to that. We're used to Brad.
Yeah, I've had one, but usually not when I'm in IT.
That's funny because here we are. We just think that everyone who's in IT has one. So I guess it's a myth buster you've done here today, Tony. But
I mean, the percentage is high among my colleagues.
Good. All right. So the stereotype is true. The stereotype is true. That's good to know that we're not completely off. But Tony Schultz is Emma Hernandez's uncle, and married to Tucky's sister. And Tony, we started watching your testimony on Monday, and we're going to continue watching it today. We do have an objection counter going. I agree with you that the state has had more objections to your testimony than anything else. We are at eight objections. I don't even think that we went to. I mean, how long did we get? 20 minutes into his testimony, even?
Maybe.
I think it was about 20, maybe 21.
Oh, God. Okay, Tony, I think I hear a little feedback on your speakers. You might want to turn your volume down just a little bit, and that might help, unless you're having trouble hearing. And if you are having trouble hearing, then don't worry about it. All right. We will be watching, for those of you who have never watched the Hernandez trial and you don't know what this is about, we are going to cover this trial that happened a while ago. Actually, Jennifer, when was this trial? When did this happen?
It ended in May of last year.
May of last. So it's been a full year. The Hernandez family, I wrote about this on pjmedia.com. It actually was quite a viral story. It was on Red State. It went pretty viral for a while. But the Hernandezes, and that's thanks to You Are the Power and Spike Cohen, his organization, for getting it out to the media so well. But in Georgia, DFACS, the Department of Family and Child Services, and the Children's Hospital of Atlanta have a problem. They continue to take babies and children from families under the guise of abuse, and then only to find out years later, after the parents have been dragged through hell, that these children had underlying medical disorders that should have been evaluated and treated, and their parents did nothing wrong. Tucky and Matt are in that situation, or they were facing 80 years in prison. 80 years, folks. 80 years in prison for crimes they did not commit. And we just got this footage a couple months ago, thanks to a documentarian named Jeb Kicker. And Jeb's been on this program. He is a really cool guy, and he dedicated a lot of his time to bringing awareness to these families. The Hernandez are the second family I've covered in Georgia, faced with these same doctors, child abuse pediatricians. And if you guys watched me over the Kowalski trial, you remember Sally Smith, the child abuse pediatrician in that case, who is no different than the child abuse pediatricians in this case. They are unfortunately not doing themselves any favors. Like I say all the time, maybe they're not all terrible, but the ones that make it into the news seem to be. Tony, thanks for being here today, by the way. And I know it's probably kind of difficult to watch this. Can we start by finding out from you, what was it like that day to get on the witness stand? What were you feeling?
I mean, the main thing was just trying to be sure that I presented well. And I mean, it wasn't the first time that I testified. I spent a lot of time in the juvenile case on the stand. And, you know, I came in pretty prepared.
It made you an expert.
Yeah, an expert, almost, right? Not qualified, though. I guess the main thing was trying to suss out how much detail they wanted without having to pull the answers from me. And, you know, talk to Catherine. She's like, yeah, just go ahead and talk. And if it's too much, you know, we'll claw it back. And I guess that's why you get some of these objections.
Well, that's good. But you know what, though? You got so much out that even if a judge says to the jury, you know, strike that, we're striking that testimony, they've already heard it. So it doesn't matter. People cannot just delete their memory like that. That doesn't happen. And I think that's also why lawyers will try and get as much out of their witnesses as they can. But it is funny. Prosecutor Yee is just going overboard with the objections. She really testimony.
I don't know if you hit this point already, but I remember there was one objection where they said objection, opinion, and I literally turned to the judge like, "That's not opinion, is it?" You know, like
it wasn't, because
they were accused of abuse and they had no criminal charges.
They didn't have a criminal record, and it was like, "That's not an opinion, that's a fact."
And
his
face was perfect. He's like,
"That's opinion."
No,
that was beautiful.
We did.
I loved that.
And it was great. And you were right. Saying they don't have a criminal record is not an opinion, but the judge was determined to paint Matt and Tucky as however the state wanted them painted. I think that seemed like that was his goal, and he seemed hostile to the defense. All right,
at least.
For sure. Yeah, he was a little nicer to Steve. He was a little. Remember, he gave him the grin. The
fake.
That was great.
He doesn't smile easily. This guy Dickinson is he's difficult. He's a difficult person. I can tell. He's very grumpy. I bet his grandkids don't like going over to his house. They're like, "Stay away from Grandpa." He's gonna yell. He's gonna yell again. Don't get near his tobacco. Grandpa doesn't like that. But yeah, so this is where we're at. How far are we? 42 minutes in. Okay, we're 42 minutes in. We've had 8 objections. If we get to 20, Flux is going to start drinking. She's already needs an excuse for the day drinking, she said. So 20 objections starts the day drinking. And yeah, why don't we get going? I dropped the link to the bingo in the chat. Oh, I got to go get my iPad. I left it around the corner because I got to keep track of it.
I also reinstated court fines, so any and all court fines imposed by you need to be paid to the Give Send Go.
Right. And you know what else? We need to drop the link. Did you already do that?
I did. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
And
if any of you in the chat piss me off, you will be fined. You will be held in contempt of chat, and the fine will be paid to the Give Send Go. Now, JKD and Sticky, I'm talking to you. Piss me off. Go ahead and try, and you will be sent directly to the fundraiser for the Hernandezes so that they can pay their legal bills. So I know that they're going to try to make me angry, and that will be fun. All right, here we go. We are going to start this. We're going to kick it off.
That wasn't the right button, I don't think.
It was not. It was not the right button.
I think it would have.
That was the wrong button. Megan hits wrong button is on
the first few days. Both parents could go. I know there was a period.
Sorry, we got to back that up because I screwed that up.
Either had Emma and Arya.
All right, we had paused where there was a natural pause, and now we will do it from where it was, and I will go get my iPad.
So we're going back to the month that you had Emma and Arya Hernandez in your care. Was there ever a point where either girl was around either of her parents unsupervised?
No.
Was she around either of her parents in a supervised fashion?
Only at the Thrive Center, and I think it would have. Yeah, probably in the first few days, both parents could go. I know there was a period wherein Ms. Hernandez could not even do it supervised, and then that ability was returned.
And were y'all responsible for the exchange of breast milk that had been pumped by your sister-in-law for your niece?
Yeah, we were pretty regularly meeting with Matt, who would relay the breast milk typically to me. I would meet him halfway in between our homes. Lives in Gainesville, and I'm in Norcross. It's a pretty good drive. So typically we would meet at the gas station about halfway in between so that he could provide frozen breast milk in a cooler, and I could return the old cooler, receptacles so that they would be able to keep us supplied with breast milk for baby Emma.
Did he ever miss any of those appointments?
No, I mean, we had the freedom.
I think one of the things that bothers me the most about this case, I'm assuming, Tony, that you had no problem giving the breast milk that was being given to you to the baby. Whereas when they took the kids from you and put them in foster care and continued to let Tucky pump and were pretending to give the baby breast milk, nobody gave it to her. That is insane to me. That's like willful maliciousness is what it seems like to me. Because it's not hard to give a baby breast milk that somebody gives you in a bunch of bags, right? You just
like that process is easy. Yeah,
it's
took a while to get her on the bottle, switching from breastfeeding, but once that was figured out, then
yeah, I bet that was hard. I had one that refused to take a bottle. She never did. She wouldn't take it. She had to go straight from breastfeeding to a cup. She would not. She would scream and cry, and she would do it for hours. Nobody would be able to calm her down. So is this case about boob milk? Not really, but there is definitely a boob milk story in here because DCF kept breast milk away from a newborn baby. Okay. That's all you need to know. They didn't have to, they had access to it. They had mom continue pumping and they just, I don't know, tossed it in the dumpster with Jesus at J Hatch, I guess.
Yeah.
That's where it went, right in the dumpster. Again, defects people throwing sacred things in a dumpster. I don't know what it is about these people, but they deserve to. I can't say it. I can't say it on YouTube. And Sticky, I see you. Is it who said that about Bill Nye? It was Sticky. All right. There is no bit. I hate Bill Nye. You're not allowed to mention Bill Nye on this program. I find you in contempt of chat. You will go directly to the fundraiser and pay $10 at least. That's a minimum. You may pay a maximum if you want to, but it might be more fun if you just continue to piss me off. All right.
Him at that point to talk live so we could have phone calls or text messages and just arrange. So yeah, it was a pretty regular process. Just whenever we could get it done, we would get the milk. We never ran low on milk for Emma.
And when you took Emma to back to Choa on June 23rd, 2023, were you asked to be present as a chaperone for the pelvic exam that Dr. Emmanuel Pena gave to Emma Hernandez?
What?
Okay, so the 23rd.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry,
I took Emma
excuse me.
for the follow-up.
A pelvic exam on a baby?
For what?
I've been waiting for this part for you, Megan.
They gave a baby a pelvic exam? Excuse me?
Yeah, this part, I remember while I'm on the stand, it didn't quite hit me exactly what she was referring to. You know, I mean, pelvic exam is kind of a euphemism to begin with. It's not like there was a speculum and stuff like that. But there was a moment where I'd taken her in for the follow-up with Dr. Pena, and you know, he told me, like, I know this is sensitive, but I need to check this out and look in her diaper, and just to make sure there hadn't been any sexual abuse, I suppose.
That is disgusting.
That is awful.
She came with marks on the bottom of her feet.
Actually, this was before that, right?
Oh, this is for the follow-up
What?
to June 6th. So
Yeah, that's before.
from a fracture.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Can you, without what I don't even know how to ask this question, but I feel like it has to be asked. How did they do such a thing on an infant?
I don't know. I didn't have the view he did. I think he just opened her diaper, and I can't remember if I was holding her at the time, or, you know, because she couldn't really sit up well. She's only 3 months old.
Oh my God. And if there was a concern for that, wouldn't that have been something to check on the first visit?
On the first visit?
I would think so, yeah.
Which doctor did this?
That was Emmanuel Pena.
Oh, that guy.
See,
Isn't
and
he the
Tony, you
one,
said-
Jennifer? Isn't Pena the one? Is it Pena the one that I found the PowerPoint slides?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Where he was telling everybody too much sunscreen abuse, not enough sunscreen, not abuse. Let him climb a tree, abuse. Let him fall out of a tree, abuse.
Yes.
Don't let him climb a tree.
Feed him
You're
too much,
abusive.
abuse. Feed him
Yeah.
too
I
mean-
little, abuse.
Helicopter abuse.
Everything is abuse.
Negligent abuse. You know, too
See,
fat abuse. Too skinny malnutrition. Yeah, it was.
Tony,
That was a
you
lot.
Did you say no speculum was used? Because see, the day of court, when Mandy came out, my sister was fuming on this day because none of us knew this.
Ugh.
And
I don't recall that.
I swear
but-
she said a speculum was used, which just
Yeah,
timing
I
of
don't
the
recall
exam,
really, like,
because the
but-
timing of the exam makes no sense, though, Tony. Like, it makes no sense that you're bringing her in for a follow-up.
Did they do this to Aria too?
no, thankfully not. And I don't know what the difference is there, other than their overview of her. She didn't have any bruising or anything like that. Like, her exam didn't include x-rays because, you know, she can talk and there wasn't any visible marks or anything
Okay.
like that.
I'm going to go ahead and call dumpster moment because this is crazy. This is one of those moments in a case where I just think everybody's evil. Just like J Hatch throwing Jesus in a dumpster. I mean, so if dumpster moment is still on the bingo card, I'm calling it if it is. Wow. Okay, let's see where this goes, because we'll find out what we just got started here.
That day with Pena.
Hernandez, 2023, were you asked to be present as a chaperone for the pelvic exam that Dr. Emmanuel Pena gave to Emma Hernandez?
Okay, so the 23rd. Yeah, so I took Emma for the follow-up that day with Pena. I was there as the x-rays were done, kind of helping Emma, not really holding her, but I mean, it's an uncomfortable process for a little infant in a cold room and x-rays. So I was definitely there taking care of Emma and meeting with Dr. Pena as well.
Okay, and did Dr. Pena make you aware of the reason he believed that it was necessary for this now almost 4-month-old infant to have a pelvic exam?
I don't think he touched on that topic. He did talk about the x-rays themselves and the findings and his
He may
opinion.
not have touched on the topic, but he sure touched on the baby. For what purpose?
This was still a little of my confusion of like pelvic exam. And I'm talking about the x-rays, right? There's the x-ray process, and then later I met with Pena. I know I kind of come back around here.
Okay.
And
You might,
clicked.
and you're thinking at this time when she says, you're thinking it has something to do with the x-rays still.
Like her leg was broken and she's getting x-rayed, and that's
so
where
it
I
could
thought
be
this
an
conversation
x-ray of her
was.
pelvic area. That would make sense. Okay, I got
on whether or not this was abuse.
Okay. Were you aware that he performed a pelvic exam on Emma that day?
A pelvic exam,
Like with
like
the
to see.
speculum?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, so the fact that there is no notation of a chaperone being present in the record also matches up with your experience as that chaperone not being present.
It seems odd to me. I mean, I was there and I remember being in a room with both Pena and Emma.
Oh, no.
Did it? Wait
a minute. So did they mark in the record that they did another pelvic exam with no chaperone in the room?
No, I think she's saying that they did say they did the exam with him in the room and he wasn't. Is that what they're saying?
She just read that matches up that the speculum, because she just said the word speculum.
Speculum, she did.
With no chaperone. And
With
that
no
matches
chaperone.
Tony. He doesn't have a memory
He has no memory of a speculum.
of this.
All he remembers is they opened her diaper maybe and looked.
Which is understandable. Even pediatricians at a simple
We'll
everyday.
do that. Yeah.
That part
That's
I can
different. That's different than a pelvic exam. Yeah, opening the diaper and looking is not that big of a deal. A pelvic exam with a speculum is a whole
huge deal.
other thing.
Yeah, I don't feel like she was
Especially
laid out on her
without a
back
chaperone.
or anything like that.
You would
But
have known.
I would have been
Tony.
asked to be a chaperone because I was already there. Like I'm holding her. Like if I'm not, they didn't have to
You
ask
would
me
have
to be
known.
there. I was already there.
You would have known. You would have heard the clicking. You would have seen the thing. And they would have had to have a nurse hold her down.
No, nothing to that degree.
Oh my God. There would have been a bright light.
I need to start drinking already.
Yeah.
Like, geez.
I think I'm
Tanya has
traumatized.
some
I feel
serious
traumatized by
If
this.
it rolls, we'll get to 20, I'm sure.
He may have wanted to open her diaper and inspect that area, but I don't. It's so long ago, it's really hard to recall.
So once you brought Emma back to CHOA on July 10th, was there anything else you had observed about these unusual markings or discolorations?
I mean, my first observation of them was that they looked like a rash. We woke her up first thing in the morning, unswaddled her. I was doing a diaper change in the dark in the morning, so I didn't see that. But my wife was doing the diaper change later in the morning when it was light, unswaddle her, do the diaper change. and she sees the marks, and I come over to look at them, and my first impression was that it was a rash. Just kind of had that red spotty, like kind of allergic reaction type rash, except it was deeper under the skin. It clearly wasn't a surface rash. And that was concerning, in addition to the fact that the bottoms of the feet were even more red and flushed and kind of mottled reddish color.
Okay. And had anything happened to Emma that you thought might have potentially caused these markings?
We had been massaging her feet as recommended previously. It related to constipation and just keeping her stimulated and things like that, just rubbing the soles of her feet, but nothing that would cause these spots. I mean, it was a mystery to us, and we were immediately concerned and wanted to contact a doctor.
And as you described, you tried to go through your primary care provider, tried to go through case manager, tried to go through DFACS, and eventually were directed to CHOA.
That's right.
What happened once y'all got to CHOA with Emma?
So my wife took her initially. I didn't go at that first point. They did x-rays. They took blood and stayed overnight with her. I stayed home with Aria. The next day they did a CT scan and more x-rays and more blood tests. And at the evening, I went to the hospital and met with Nicole Tallman, a DFACS investigator out of Gwinnett County. We live in Gwinnett County. The parents out of Forsyth, so it's a new person previously unknown to us, unrelated to the case.
It's always a new person.
And what information did you give to that DFACS investigator?
There was a lot of conversation there. One thing is I was trying to make sure that she knew exactly what case she was dealing with. I made it clear to her that the parents were already dealing with claims of abusing their child. There's a DFACS case already open in Forsyth County with the parents. And because she made a statement before to my wife about perhaps the mother was on drugs and trying to justify one of her decisions. And my wife and I are discussing that. Like, that has nothing to do with that. My wife was really shocked by that and telling me that, she said that the mother was on drugs. And like, this has nothing to do with the case whatsoever. Like,
what?
It's never been an accusation that she'd never used drugs. So,
oh my God.
That was this Gwinnett County person
Oh
who's
my
part of this
God.
DFACS agency that is clearly disorganized.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking like she even knew what case she was dealing with to start with.
No, I'm sure she didn't. I'm sure she did. See, this is the problem. Like, and I don't mean, look, I know some caseworkers who contact me all the time about being supportive of the show and what we say about DCF. Actually, there are caseworkers out there who are really great people who want to do a good job, and then they're handed garbage. And there are supervisors who won't let them do the work that they want to do and force them to take kids from people who are not problems and leave kids in bad situations. But one of the biggest, and the reason why this is such a big problem, and this is from inside people who work at DFACS in different states that have told me, the turnover is so bad because of that. Because when you get good people in there who want to help families, and then they realize, I'm up against all kinds of nonsense because my supervisors are not listening to me, and then they quit and they replace them with people who are not trained, barely out of school, and caseworkers continue to pile over and over and over on the same case, and the file gets handed off so many times. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody ever knows what's going on. That's what it sounds like in this case. You've got 2 counties now involved and trying to keep up. And how do you think that's going to work? This would be like asking 2 DMVs to get you 1 state ID.
Yeah,
good luck.
I would constantly ask them, like, what's the status of this? And they'd be like, oh, go ask the case manager in the other county. I talk to them like, well, they're doing the investigation. And like, well, are you done with your investigation? Have you finished it? Have you completed it? Oh, they're going to decide, and all that back and forth. It was a mess.
What a mess. All
Yeah,
right,
we
I am
didn't
gonna.
know zero investigation was actually being done. That's the thing, is they're telling Tony about an investigation, but it's like none
Yeah,
actually
they
happened.
hand it off to the police. The police try to call me. They don't get me. I have an attorney call them back. Never make connection. The police are just like, oh, maybe we'll try and see, call them in, and they never do. And so my county just kind of wraps it up and says all the decisions will be made by the other county. The other county doesn't have anything to
don't know
go
what's
on from
going
there,
on.
you know,
Yeah.
other than the false statement where everyone's in the same room, the DFACS social worker and the hospital social workers. I'm not there, but they ask my wife, you know, did the mother have any access to the girls at your home? She says no. And so everybody's with that story except the DFACS person from our county. And that ends up in a report, and I see it, and that's when I tie it to the same exact statement in the medical record, and it's a direct contradiction.
Wow. Good Lord. And some of it I think is malicious, but some of it I think is just incompetence.
Yeah.
And that's when the
Think about it's like a recipe for a
misreporting.
disaster. You have both those things. You have incompetence and bad actors.
Yeah.
Perfect storm for a disaster.
Yeah, I
You've
can't
got
know that she did that
incompetence
on
in people
purpose,
who-
but it was definitely a terrible error that was not corrected.
A very bad error. Thank you, Sticky, for giving your fine to the fundraiser. Sticky gave $20. He doubled his fine and says Bill Nye threw in an extra 10 just for Megan. Well, maybe I'll forgive him for being so annoying. All right. I actually don't even remember why I don't like Bill Nye. Now I know, because you kept calling Indiana Bones Bill Nye. The guy looks nothing like him.
Right.
SF is here for your rescue. She says start the day drinking because this crap is terrible.
Oh Lord, are we starting already?
Starting. She sent 50 for it, so it has to begin. That's all there is to it. All right.
All right, I gotta find my whiskey.
Let's go back to this awful testimony. I'm sorry, you're not awful. It's just that the information is awful. You're doing a good job.
Objection.
Oh, objection. We have an objection. I have to update the objection counter. We're now at 9.
She says it.
We're going to back it up. We're going to back it up so we can hear exactly how she says it. Let's see. Let's put the objection counter back up. We're at 9 now.
Your Honor, I think in testimony.
This DFACS agency that is clearly disorganized.
Objection. In testimony.
Objection. Opinion testimony.
Have
Wow,
we already
that was
called,
something.
Have we already called We Hate the Prosecutor or Lazy
No, but
Prosecutor?
We can do that now. Everyone
mark
hates
it.
the prosecutor. We all hate the prosecutor is called.
Like, this is your job. Show some pride. Like, if you haven't, don't just like, I hate what, like, you guys know me. I'm all about, like, court is about showmanship. You have to, like, tell your story, whatever. You have to convince the jury. You have to fucking convince the jury. If you're like, objection, the jury's gonna be like, okay, well, who cares?
Well, she doesn't care that much. Objection.
She doesn't care.
I'm also going to call, we have to call objection, and depending on what the judge does here, we might have a sustained, or no, an overruled. I
And
don't know.
all
We'll
Tony
see.
said was, they're clearly disorganized. That's just so
I know. Yeah, and I don't know how much of an opinion is that if they don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what the left hand from the right hand from the left hand is doing. You know, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing.
And Your Honor, I think clearly disorganized is he is describing that they were being interrogated about the mother's drug use when that was never an issue in this case.
Oh, he's going to argue.
You can state that. I'm concerned about hearsay, number one. But if we're going to allow that, then he can state it. But he's making opinions or conclusions.
Wait a minute.
But
that wasn't even anything.
Judge, it is not your job to give the prosecutor the objection she should have used. She should have said objection hearsay, but she didn't. She said objection opinion, which I'm not even sure that's a legal basis for
That's
an
not
objection in the first place.
It actually might be. It might be.
If
Well, I
I'm
mean, I
there
know
as a
they set
fact
it up from the
witness,
beginning.
I think that's kind of the Like if I were there as a character witness, I would be allowed to give my opinion. But since I'm a fact witness, maybe that's related to
Possibly. But
refraining
boy,
from.
is she why didn't she object to the hearsay then? I guess
Right.
she could have. And why is he telling her that? He's helping.
Because
He is now he's now litigating from the bench. You can't do that.
I'm worried about.
He's a dick.
He's a dick. What a dick. Okay, that's been called.
What a dick.
What a dick has been called. What a dick.
I mean, he literally, it's Dickinson. He's literally a Dickinson.
He
He can
is.
say what he believes. But to conclude what it is, I think that is beyond what we need to be testifying about. It's not relevant. Next question.
Oh, it's relevant, sir.
Okay, so did the DFACS investigator seem to have all the facts straight about Emma Hernandez's case?
Objection. I mean, characterization
That's
on
10.
that investigation.
I
It's a lot of speculation.
Well, I am asking if the DFACS investigator speaking to this witness seemed to have all of the correct facts about the child that they were investigating.
I don't know how he would know that, but I'll let you ask him.
Thank you
I
very
don't
much.
want opinion of that. He's going to cite what it's based on.
Just based on your observations and what you saw and heard there that day.
No, because I told her that there was already an investigation with the parents on this, which didn't seem to surprise her, but she is telling me that this is a new instance of abuse, which she is investigating, which doesn't make any sense. Why am I and my wife being investigated for this now? There's already a case open on this. And I also know from talking to her after that point, later on through the process, that she was still reaching out to Forsyth County. I know this from her contact records, which I have, that she was still trying to get information from Forsyth County about this.
And just make sure you confine your testimony to what you have personally observed and witnessed.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
mean, I
objection?
personally read this in
Yeah, that was
the
the objection.
report that was given to me.
Yeah, hearsay.
It's hearsay.
Well, and
The judge just piped in that it's hearsay.
I muted.
Yeah.
I was going to say, she's not even objecting. She's just interjecting hearsay. Like, she's not even saying the word objection. Is she? Or am I missing it?
It sounded like I think she did do an objection.
I
think that's
didn't
two
hear
more
one
now.
after.
We should be at,
Is that
I think,
2
12.
more? Hold on. You
Yeah,
gotta back
Just
up.
one.
and just make
Out Forsyth County, I know this from her contact records, which I have, that she was still trying to get information from Forsyth County about this.
Oh, there it
and
is.
just make
There's another one.
Okay. I
sure
heard
you
it.
confine your testimony to what you have personally observed
11.
And witnessed.
Yeah, I mean, I personally read this in the report.
But notice how now she's objecting to the hearsay.
Yeah.
And she wasn't before. And the judge he gave her the instruction. Judge does something annoying. I'm calling it. We already have what a dick. Judge does something annoying. And for fuck's sake, I'm saying it because
But Tony's
is-
like, I read it for myself and it's happening to me. So it's like, it's not really hearsay.
also I am going to call straightforward answers. This is one of the first witnesses we've seen giving straightforward answers. Thank you, Tony, for not dodging the questions and refusing to answer.
It's refreshing.
It is refreshing.
To me,
Yeah, hearsay.
It's hearsay.
Oh, that's
Well,
2. That's
and
2 more.
again,
So
we
we're at
would
12.
argue that because, these were individuals who had submitted themselves to the supervision of DFACS for the purpose of complying with the parenting plan as a placement, that information that they were given by DFACS and have in written form with sufficient indicia of reliability would be admissible, not for the truth of the matter asserted, but to explain course of conduct.
You want to respond?
It's hearsay.
Exactly, but it's not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted, it's being offered to
Are you serious?
What a riveting response. Yeah. What a riveting So Catherine's like stating the law. Yes, but there's an exception to hearsay. It's not offered for the truth of the matter. She's all, what's your response? It's hearsay.
So lazy.
Oh, I think we could check off lazy investigator.
Yes.
Because that's the only thing that really gets close to it. And also, God, there has to be something on here. Isn't there state? No,
I
it's
mean,
not
you
state law.
could honestly choose flux is seething, because I'm sitting here and I'm just
Okay.
like, I'm going to the point of mutism again, where I'm just going to start making sounds. How do you just suck so badly at your fucking job? How do you not prepare for your fucking case even a little bit?
I don't know. But you know what we didn't discuss? Tony's outfit on the stand. I really like it. I like the different levels of gray. And I think we can call witness dress as well. There's nothing that stands out. He's not wearing any giant bows in his hair. No,
didn't trigger the ADHD.
no
Do you never
strange
take your
animal
glasses
print.
off and start twisting them?
He's not doing the annoying hand gestures. Like this is, if you're going to have a witness on the stand, you want him to do this. You know, this is good. You can dress in a way that doesn't distract anybody. It's perfectly appropriate. Jacket, button down, glasses are not being waved around like a maniac. This is great, Tony. Good job. Good job. So witness dress as well may also be checked off the bingo card.
The course of conduct, Your Honor.
Whose course of conduct?
This witness, Your Honor.
He can just tell us what he did.
Well, exactly.
Right.
And the reason that
Isn't
he
that
took
what it
the
was
actions that he did.
Well, if we're gonna go into what was stated, what was on the record, I think that you can't get around that. You can say he saw something in the record, he reacted to it.
Yes, Chad. Premature objeculation. Definitely. She's had at least 4 of those. At least 4.
God, I hate the premature ejaculations.
Yes, check that off on the bingo
Well, do
card.
that.
Thank you
But
very
not
much.
with the words, were written by somebody else.
Certainly. So if you could just
Was that a
confine it
separate objection, or are we still on the last one?
I think it's
That was number 12.
Okay.
towards, you know, what you learned and observed, and then the reaction and the actions you took based on that.
Yeah, I learned through reading that report that she didn't have all the information she needed and was communicating with Forsyth, and I think was conflating possible abuse.
Objection.
Um,
Well, and just make sure you don't offer your opinion on what she was doing, your observations of what she was doing.
That's 13.
She was investigating me and my wife to see if we knew how Emma had been hurt. She asked if the parents had been over to the house. She wrote in her report that
You can't go into what she wrote now.
Oh, that's so stupid.
That's so
That wasn't even an objection.
And Your Honor, I will just make a continuing objection.
Well, the judge is objecting for the state now. You see how this works?
Does that count?
I'm counting it. I'm counting it because the judge is
I was
doing
gonna
it for them.
Again, interjection instead of objections.
But Catherine is so good about this. Like
I love
by the
her.
time I get in that courtroom, I hear this so many times by her. We are going to continue to make our objection, but him
Right.
keeping
For the
information-
record, so that if
Yeah.
they had to appeal, this would be a slam dunk.
And that
Well, wait. What is the reason why the report couldn't be entered as evidence? They wouldn't allow it? Was there a motion in limine to keep it out?
I don't know that
I
that report
think-
was discussed.
I think he can't mention the report because he didn't write it. So I don't know if they even introduced this person's report. If it was introduced, that person who wrote it could speak on it. It's just, I
Mm.
think because it's somebody else's report, he's not allowed to speak on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just pre-law.
all of these records to which the witness is referring have been in the custody and control of the state. They have been specifically admitted into the Superior Court case by this court, so there is adequate indicia of
So
reliability.
this report's
Oh,
in
yeah.
the record here?
It's in the record.
No.
That's what I was
Oh.
saying.
It's been admitted for the state to be able to have access to, even though it
So the state has it.
was part
It's
of
what
the
they don't
case.
want. Yeah. They
There's
don't want
enough evidence. There's enough evidence that it's a reliable report because the state has access to it. It should be able to be referenced.
So
She's talking about discovery.
there's no exception to that. move
Your
on.
Honor, again, these are just the defects reports and records we're trying to get at.
Unreal.
Yes, ma'am, if they're not in evidence, no one reads from them. They're hearsay.
If you could, Mr. Schultz, please continue describing.
Yeah, that would be my my problem is it's true. If you want to reference the report, you have to get it admitted into evidence. I mean, I don't think it's enough to just turn it over in discovery or get it in discovery. It has to be admitted in evidence to talk about it. So, and I'm sure if they tried, they would have fought the hell out of it and won probably. Because they would say, well, this is the juvenile case. It has nothing to do with the criminal case again. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That next point in your interactions with DFACS investigator Tommen as she was investigating you and your wife.
Where did we leave off? Because we've jumped around a bit. I tried to reach out to her many times. In fact, I had to first find out what her last name was and try to find a phone number for her because she hadn't provided that to me. Actually, she had stated her last name, but we'd met a half dozen people in the hospital room at that night. It was very chaotic. Neither me nor my wife could remember her last name. I had to track her down through numerous calls and emails to various different people at DFACS, trying to find out who she was. I don't know if you want the specifics on who those people were and those contacts, but there are many. Once I finally did get her contact info, and one of her supervisors told me that she should reach out to me. I still didn't hear from her. I had left her voicemails. I tried calling her during her second shift period. She worked later in the day, which was actually kind of convenient for me. It took quite a bit to ever even talk to her to try to find out what the status was of her investigation, if she's pursuing us. I also, time frame.
Well, so what other information did you, so I think you testified about your difficulty being able to get in touch with the investigator. What information did you provide to the investigator regarding this second incident of alleged child physical abuse?
Well, once I had learned that that she thought perhaps we had allowed access to the parents, to the children, I learned that she thought my wife had said that she allowed the parents over to our house. And I was pretty shocked by that because it was absolutely not the truth. They had not had access to us. I have the two security systems that
They're
I
making
have
shit
in
up.
my home, which
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can
They're making shit up. Take it off the bingo card. Why can't I find my space for Judge Does Something Annoying? My space is gone for that. I don't know. Isn't it still on your
It
bingo
should
card?
definitely
folks?
be there.
For me, it's right above my free space.
And I've got the whole thing, so I should have it. I just can't find. I already checked it off. Okay. All right. To recap the bingo card today, we've had dumpster moment. What a dick. We all hate the prosecutor. Objection. Judge does something annoying. They're making shit up. Megan hits wrong button. For fuck's sake. Straightforward answers. Flux seething. Witness dresses well. And premature objectulation.
clearly see and that is archived to this date anybody that has come and gone to my home.
Did you make that available to DFACS?
I offered it up to numerous people. I specifically emailed Tasha Spooner, who is the placement director for DFACS, hoping that since she was the placement director, she might be able to get the girls placed back with us based on the fact that I'm telling her the parents had never been to the house. I have this video camera footage and asking her to review the case and see if she could place them back. I also mentioned it in the juvenile case with DFACS present that I have this footage that would contradict Ms. Tallman's belief that mother had been over and that my wife had said we had allowed them over. I also read in the CHO record and learned that the social workers from the hospital.
Is this something in the record?
Objection.
He,
is, Your Honor. It's
he
all
did
the
it
medical records,
first.
all of it.
This is a medical record.
Yes.
Probably, well, let you do it. There's no objection. I'll let you do it.
Thank you, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
so
There's
I
no
also
objection.
learned
So
in
was
the
it
CHO
an
medical
objection or
records, the
not?
social-
I
Well-
thought I heard an objection.
I heard
did
the word
too.
objection after the judge started talking.
I did too.
She was asleep. She's like, "Oh, I'm supposed to object here."
Again, he's giving her cues.
Out them over. I also read in the CHO record and learned that the social workers from the hospital.
Oh yeah,
something
she
in the
objected
record?
right after the
It
judge.
is, Your Honor. It's all the medical records, all of it.
This is a medical record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, can't have that
Well, let
one.
you do it. There's no objection. I'll let you do it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, so I also learned in the CHO medical records that the social workers for the hospital wrote the exact opposite of Nicole Tallman in their reports, that they were there present at the same time in the same time frame. That the same thing my wife and I are saying, the parents had no access to the children at all outside of their supervised visits at Thrive.
All right, so during this time that you are going back and forth with DFACS, are you also aware of what's going on with Emma now that she's been admitted to CHOA for a second stay?
Yeah, so she was in there quite a while after we were kicked out of the hospital on July.
Oh, they kicked you out too?
Yeah.
What? All right.
Yeah, so this was a new instance of abuse for them. So they asked me and my wife a few questions. You know, my wife's there the first day by herself. The second day, I have to come in because DFACS wants to talk to me too. We kind of rehashed the conversations that my wife had already had. And they're telling me that this is abuse. The doctor says it's abuse. I'm like, I want to talk to a doctor. It's late in the evening. All the doctors are gone. No official medical person is available, you know, above the attending nurse or whatever. I'm like, I want to talk to a doctor because you're saying this is abuse. What is abuse? Because she has these fractures and she has these spots, and she finally comes around and says that these spots on the leg are a new instance of abuse. I'm like, I need to talk to a doctor. Let's get a doctor in here. And because that was just absolutely ludicrous to me. And before all that happens, the other county arrives and they say they need to take the girls, and they kick me and my wife out. And we'll get to that later in the testimony here.
This is horrifying. I didn't know that you had been removed from the hospital as well. I didn't know that part of this story. This is horrifying.
On July 11th, a few days later, Nikki Cannon from DFACS, who was the supervisor case manager on this, invited me and my wife and Mr. Hernandez to visit Emma in the hospital. And that was Saturday.
And let's go back to when you said you got kicked out of the hospital. Can you describe that interaction, please?
Yeah, that was really terrible because Ari and Emma are both there in the hospital with me and my wife and a number of other people. Gwinnett County DFACS is waiting for Forsyth County DFACS to arrive. And Mackenzie McCrae and Ray something arrived and wanted to take the kids from us. And of course that
Oh no.
Do we have any tissues?
that was a really hard moment. You know, they're calling for Aria to go with them and leave the hospital and leave us. And she runs over to me. And grabs onto my leg. And I kind of bend down to console her, and she clambers up onto me. And is crying and screaming and saying, "Don't let them take me." And Ray is saying, Give her to me. Give her to me. I need to take her. Everyone's crying. The baby's crying. My wife is crying. Sorry.
Please take a moment if you need this.
Aria clambers up me and is holding on to me, telling me not to
Projection.
take her.
What?
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This bitch. What a bitch. And you know what? I'm sorry. But the judge even is like, we're talking about what a child said. I think he can say that, right? Because
he says, do not go into what a child says. Is what
no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saying don't tell what the child said.
Well, it's too late. They already heard it. The jury is not going to forget that. Like, you can't erase people's minds. Tony, I'm glad you got it said. I'm glad you got it out. This is horrific. What a bitch.
I can't believe she's a mother. Like, I honestly can't believe.
Oh, she has kids?
We had to put this trial on. We'd push it back because of her maternity leave.
Yeah, she wouldn't let it transfer to somebody else. She became unavailable for maternity leave and held on to it, and we had to delay the case for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. State makes witness cry. Yep. That's on the, good Lord. I should have government makes witness cry. The government makes all of us cry. Good
Fuck
Lord.
the government.
Fuck the government.
Fuck the government.
This is terrible. I hate this.
And we would say that this would be another hearsay exception of presence, sense, impression, and spontaneous utterance.
Overruled.
Overruled.
Ray is telling me to give him Aria so he can take her away.
Well, how come
I mean, that's hearsay.
That's hearsay. I mean, the question was what happened to you that day? But nobody's objecting to that.
Because that part's not emotional. It's what Arya says. That part's the emotional part. And
She's afraid Aria's going to cry out and say, I want my daddy, or something like that, which, she didn't say at that moment, but she wouldn't let that possibly come out.
I'm sorry. I can't give her to you. You're going to have to take her away from me because she'll never forgive me if I shove her away from me. And she continues to cry and scream and is taken away. And then, not too long after that, hospital security is already in the room. And they tell me and my wife that we have to go. That was a pretty long process. My wife is doubled over in grief and on the verge of vomiting to the point they get a wheelchair because she cannot walk out.
Oh, God.
And
oh, God. Oh,
Flux
God.
Pet's cat.
Flux Pet's cat. I can't. I need a cat to pet right now. This is.
And all of that is like
rough.
for the safety of the children. You need to think about how sick that is. How terrible that is that you rip children away from their loving, caring people, and then they bring them to a stranger's house. They just drop them off to a foster parent's house. They don't care if they're scared of that foster parent. It's so
unfucking real. Unfucking real. I'm calling it. This is unfucking real. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this happened. The fact that they traumatized people and children to this extent, there has to be a better way to do this. There has to be a better way to do this. There has to, like I said, if there is, so you let them stay, put Aria, check her into the hospital then. And since her sister is there, and put them all and let them all visit each other there. I don't know, you don't remove people from them like that. You just supervise, I guess, until you figure it out. But this is crazy. This is some crazy, horrible. This is jackbooted kind of behavior. that you don't expect in America. And then, that's the other thing about this case that makes me so angry is that this is being done to immigrants who came here thinking they were going to get a beautiful free place to live that would be better than the place they came from. And this is what happens to them. This is what happens in third world hellholes where they drag you out of your bed in the middle of the night and you never see your parents again. That's what that is. That's not supposed to happen here.
No.
I mean,
how would it hurt anybody if they did let Took stay at the hospital with both girls? And they did.
Right, it doesn't.
There's stupid investigation that they never even did.
That they never do.
Took.
It wouldn't hurt anybody, but they don't want to do it because it would cost them more money or whatever to stick a supervisor. What about a camera? Just put a camera in the room, I mean, there's no explanation for why they do what they do.
We even get to the lobby and she's dry heaving and I'm asking for water. It took quite a while, probably 15, 20 minutes. She's in a wheelchair. We eventually got to the parking deck and left the hospital.
And at this point, after you and your wife have been removed from the hospital, and Emma has stayed in the hospital at this time,
Yes.
and then Aria has been taken away by the DFACS workers at this point.
That's
correct?
right.
So at this point, what was the next action that you took with regard to the case?
I immediately got on a phone call with one or both the attorneys representing
I want to
parents.
see the court staff. I want to know if the court staff is crying. Did you notice if the court reporter or anybody who worked at the court was crying? Because that happened in the other case. That happened in the Tim's case. That's actually why I have it on the card. I didn't pay attention when it panned.
Let's see.
You're in trouble as a prosecutor if you make the court staff cry.
Yeah, on the way home, I had a three-way call.
That officer doesn't look too happy. We know he's not crying, but he doesn't look too pleased.
With Steve and Tracy.
That giant gallon of hand sanitizer will not wash away the sins of this place. Let me tell you, there's no sanitizing what has gone on here.
Tracy no longer represents.
Okay, there's the court reporter. Dang it, her face is turned away from me. I can't tell. She looks like she might have a little bit of red in the cheeks, though.
Changed attorneys, but
she's listening intently.
Let them know what happened and had a long phone call on the drive home.
Actually, she must be the JA. She's not typing. Is that the JA? Is that the judicial assistant? Because I thought she was the court reporter, but she's not typing.
And then did you make any email inquiries?
Me too.
And
she's not talking into the little thingy either.
Yeah, she's not talking into the mouth thing and she's not typing, so she can't be she must be the JA. And they must not have a court reporter. Or maybe it's this this little lady over here.
Oh, she's a bailiff.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a bailiff.
She's a bailiff?
Isn't she a little, fragile?
I mean, she's really sweet. She was actually really nice.
Well, she seems really sweet, but I mean, what happens if somebody, what
happens if you get another Superman defendant that goes
I was just going to say, you read my mind. What is she going to do if that situation happens? And that's the bailiff you've got defending you? No.
Officer Vincent, he would jump in. Look at him. He's ready to go. He can't wait to tackle somebody.
That's true.
To DFACS regarding the events of that day.
Yeah, I mentioned my message to Tasha Spooner, asking for clarification on that situation because hoping she could get the girls' place back with us.
Sorry for the long
I
pause,
emailed
everybody.
many people.
Well, I mean, sorry, but the state traumatized you and your family. We will give you the dead air for a little bit to get back on track. A lot of stuff happened. Frankly, I think the pauses are good for the jury because that needs to sink in what they just heard. Tony, were you noticing the jury while you were on the stand? You don't appear to be looking over there very often. So did you notice any of them? And what were
No,
their reactions if you did?
no, I didn't really look at him too much. And that was a question I had before. Like when I'm here testifying, am I talking to you? Am I talking to them? She says, well, I'm asking the questions, but you're actually answering to the jury. I think maybe there's a few times I turn and kind of glance their way, but just kind of had this like 1,000-yard stare look rather than trying to pick out faces and reactions.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine it's not something you're really paying attention to. Yes, chat, what a bitch has been called.
Not just defects. There's a lot of notes here within that short time frame. It's almost hard to see all of that contacts. I'm still calming down. I'm sorry.
Like I didn't even notice Tucky crying and bending, lowering her head there.
Aw.
I feel really bad. She had to
And
hear that.
Matt weeping. I mean,
That's all stuff they didn't know. Like they're having to hear, even if they knew that, it would still be traumatizing to listen to it. But knowing that her sister and her children were in the worst place they've ever been in their lives, and she can't even be there.
It's going to be hard every time to hear.
oh God, it's just awful. This whole thing is so awful. I can't even believe it. I really can't. I was just thinking of something and it's gone right out of my head. So we'll just keep playing this. It'll come back. I'll drink more keto brains.
Yeah, I mean, even through July, I'm still trying to contact Nicole Tallman and her supervisors when she's non-responsive.
And at this point, are you aware of where the girls have been taken or where Arya has been taken?
Well, I guess we skipped forward a little bit. I never finished the part from when we first got discharged. Arya had been taken with defects, but Emma was still in the hospital. We had taken her in on the 10th, I believe. Yeah, we took her in on the 10th, and then
That's a beautiful moment.
I believe that was a Monday.
Aww.
And on the Saturday, Nikki Cannon had invited us with the father to observe Emma in the hospital and see her. I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
Well, so at this point, when you saw Emma in the hospital, how did her condition appear to you versus when you had last seen her?
Okay, so when we had last seen her, she had the spots remaining on her right lower leg. As we first saw when we took her in, more spots had developed on the lower left leg that weren't there initially. She still had the discoloration on the bottom of both feet. When we returned to see her on Saturday, all of that had resolved. No markings, no discoloration on the feet or the legs.
So you didn't see any of the markings or discolorations that you had taken her to the hospital for the week prior?
That's right. I mean, we basically inspected her pretty closely. We took photos and videos, just making sure what her current state was.
And actually, it wasn't a week before. That was just 5 days.
Sorry, what was that, Tony?
It wasn't actually a whole week. It was just 5 days, Monday to Saturday.
You were not permitted to take Emma home with you, were you?
Oh no, we were only allowed to see her with the presence of defects there.
Was she had been taken off the feeding tube at that time?
I believe so. Yeah, we did not see a feeding tube at that point. I do know that she was put on a feeding tube during that time. had difficulty feeding her while she was at the hospital. And that was the Saturday we saw her. She still hadn't been discharged, I think, until 2 days later.
And now let's skip ahead to when was your next visitation with your nieces?
That would have been the following Wednesday, which was I got a call from Mackenzie that they figured out the transportation. It was obviously my wife and I were transporting the girls to the parents' visitations before, which was easy and convenient, but now they had to get transporters. They figured that out, invited us, and
Did you make any observations about the condition that the girls were brought to the visitation in?
Yeah, that visit was very memorable. Has quite a few issues. The first thing I noticed was Mackenzie bringing the girls to the visitation, dropping them off because someone else would be doing the return at the end. I receive Emma as she brings her out of the car. You know, they let Aria out of the car and she comes into the room as well. So I'm carrying Emma in to the Thrive Center and she's frigid. She's wearing a short sleeve outfit and she's so cold that her skin is all mottled and veiny. And it was a hot summer day and it was pretty clear to me that like someone's driving a car and blasting their AC and not aware of what Emma's wearing and just froze her out. Ari was crying and upset and not happy. We go through most of that visitation. We were interested in checking out Emma, you know, doing a diaper change, making sure she doesn't have any weird marks, but she has this discoloration on her. I said discoloration. This is mottled skin, veiny. That's not like the discoloration in that picture there in the hospitalization. I mentioned the cold to Mackenzie, and she reaches out and touches her and just kind of dismisses and says, well, I didn't have the AC on her. She leaves. The Thrive supervisor
That
is
wasn't
there.
an objection to hearsay. Why wasn't that an objection to hearsay?
Yep.
We got a late start on this meeting because Mackenzie had arrived about 20, 30 minutes late. Also, she didn't have a baby bag. She forgot the baby bag. So there was no food, no diapers, no blankets, no change.
Imagine if the parents had done that.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh, there's another objection.
Neglect. That's neglect. What do you mean you didn't bring a diaper bag? What do you mean there's no food and no what? And these are the people that this state puts in charge of the kids?
In Mackenzie's
And this
defense,
is what she's
if there is
objecting
any,
to.
I think she was very new and this was possibly her first case. You know,
Oh,
like-
I don't even care though. That's basic stuff. It's basic.
Why didn't the foster mom like make sure she had that? That's an
Yeah.
odd thing. Like you're here.
That's something that the foster
here's the
mom
diaper
should have
bag.
taken care of. Yeah, exactly. What in the hell?
Quality of care that Emma Hernandez was receiving from DFACS during the transportation, we
All right.
believe is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our break here and go to lunch, and then we'll come back. We'll
Thank
pick
you
up
very
all
much.
this, okay? At this point in time where the children have been removed and
The children
what-
have been
what we need
removed?
to go
Wait,
in further into
He means the
the
case.
relevance is, what is the relevance of
He's about to
DFACS
shut it all
and
down.
children?
He doesn't want them talking about the absolute incompetence of and negligence of DFACS anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's something really important directly for this visit at the end that we need to get to. And I thought it was going to help blow the case wide open, but it never developed that way. And it's because there was not that this was the only reason, but the parents had changed attorneys a few times. And so that'll come up in here during my testimony at some point as well. And it'll be a little contentious, but it works out.
Oh, good.
Any further, just so I understand.
Certainly, Your Honor. And so so Mr. Schultz and his family they now have custody of the girls. So they have sort of been the continual presence who have been able to observe all of these different interactions. And there have been additional markings, bruisings, and other indicators of health issues that have continued to manifest, that have been attempted to be brought to the attention of DFACS, that DFACS repeatedly ignored and minimized, just as the state has done.
That's
I think those
Catherine
questions
so
can be
much.
asked. I don't think that's been done at this point in time.
Not the specifics of what I would testify to, but just I'm in the middle of that answer, and by the end of it.
Oh, well, I'm going to allow that, Mr. Bernard, but I don't want to ask that we get to those facts and circumstances, okay?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Is it, I think, I'm just thinking, I'm hearing a lot more
18.
that I think is relevant to even
Two
what
more
you're
to the
trying to
next
get
shot.
to. Okay? So I'm going to ask you to try to contain it into what is relevant, okay?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, we're at lunch, one until, may I continue?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And I'll let you go ahead and get your notes back out, Mr. Schultz. And I believe we were on the July 19th visit.
Oh, God. I get the feeling that your entire life was taken over by binders. Binders and more binders. You know, like I've been around someone who was involved in a massive lawsuit, and like her entire living room was covered in, and this is just a friend of mine. She's not a lawyer. She's just involved in this awful medical neglect case for her mother, who they destroyed her life. Some bad anesthesiologist wrecked her life. And the binders and the piles of paper, it just takes over your whole life. I'm sorry, Tony. It's unreal. I'm just so glad it's over for you guys now. I hope you never have to look at those binders again. Ever.
Okay.
Okay, so I believe when we had left off before lunch, you had testified about your observations of Emma's condition when she and Arya were brought to the scheduled supervised visitation on July 19th, right?
Yes, we were partway through that. Yes.
Was there anything else about their condition at the time that gave you concerns about the treatment they had been receiving in foster care?
Yes. Also, at the beginning of that meeting, besides Arya crying, she had a necklace with a charm, a Buddhist charm that she was given as a keepsake, something to make her feel safe and protected.
Objection relevance.
And it was.
Oh, you bitch! Oh, you bitch!
Took it away. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is Jesus in the dumpster. It is. It's Mary. It's the removal of Mary from the room. The traveling Mary. Remember the traveling Mary? It's the same shit. You're not allowed to have your religion. DCF does not allow it. You're not allowed to have any comfort whatsoever. Not only can you not have your parents, not only can you not have your mother, you can't have your aunt, your uncle, you can't have Jesus, you can't have Buddha, you can't have Mary. None of it is okay. What is wrong with these people? My blood pressure meds are not working.
Tony, it looked like you looked directly at Yi. Did you just look directly at her after she objected and say something?
Let's watch.
I think so.
Let's watch.
I'm jealous.
This is sick.
She had a necklace with a charm, a Buddhist charm that she was given as a keepsake, something to make her feel safe and protected.
Objection relevance.
And it was cracked.
Objection.
Yeah, I'm talking right to her there.
Yep.
Tony!
That was great.
God.
And Your Honor, it goes to the condition that the girls were in while in foster care and whether or not there has been complete honesty from the department regarding events that took place. So this is the credibility of the state's witnesses on that one.
Boom. There it is.
You're talking about defect witness?
Yes.
Do we have a defect witness?
She's already been, sir.
We did have defects.
What are we talking about?
I'm not going to
fell
how
asleep.
that has anything to do with credibility. The conditions that defects, that the children were in when defects, I guess I'm not understanding how that's relevant to this case.
Oh my God.
Because they're liars.
I'm going to give you some leeway, but I'm going to limit it to something that is relevant to, and I'm not, it needs to be relevant to this case and the witness's testimony.
They don't care what the girls went through.
So I don't know how this is relevant at this point.
Certainly, Your
So
Honor.
I'll give you a little bit of leeway, but, going into, him testifying about something the child was given as cracked and things of that nature, I don't know how that's relevant.
Thank you, Your Honor. And we are seeking to combine it to the condition in which the family members found the children when they were brought to the supervised visitation by DFACS after having been in the custody of foster care for 2 weeks.
Okay. So let's talk about the condition of the child then.
Yes, and I
Okay.
believe the condition of the items and keepsakes that the child had been
Yeah,
given
how is that not
is
relevant?
to their overall condition, given that treatment.
Unreal.
We've also got some questions regarding the belongings that were brought or not brought to the visitation. Your Honor.
Defects is not on trial.
I'm going to agree
They
with
should
that.
be.
They should be.
I want to limit it to the physical condition of the child.
Oh my God. That's 20.
So what did you notice about the physical condition
We're at
of
20.
Arya and Emma?
Oh shit.
so-
Good, because I need to drink more. Holy shit. I'm
We're at 20.
seething.
20 objections. This woman. Wow.
And
I don't know,
this judge,
if I'm on the jury, I'm thinking whatever she is objecting to, these are all things that I need to pay special attention to because she's hiding it from me. That's how it feels. She's just trying to hide what these people did to this man and his family.
Did you hear how she said it though? She's like, I'm not understanding the relevance of how the kids were in DFACS care. Like, we don't care if the kids were taken care of.
DFACS is not on trial here.
We don't care if they were taken care of or not. We're here to accuse the family.
Terrible.
Ugh.
Is that still the same Maker's Mark bottle?
Yeah, I need to get the better Maker's Mark. I don't like the regular stuff. I like the 46. I
You're
don't
turning
like the
into
regular
a snob. When I see, hey, I'm going to see you next week. When I come see you next week, I'm going to bring you a gift. I'm going to bring you a gift.
Yes.
You remind me to put it in the car.
I can't believe that's already next week.
I know. I'm going to bring you better whiskey. That's what you need.
Yes.
Emma was frigid and had the mottled skin, as I had said. Arya wasn't properly dressed. She did not have any shorts on under her skirt. And that necklace she was wearing was
I'm
jacket
not
hard.
allowed- I'm not going to the necklace, sir.
Okay, I understand.
Physical condition of the child.
And Your Honor, I'll just make a
Good on you
continuing
for trying to
objection
get help.
because if
That's a good
someone-
one.
A tiny child who is unable to take care of herself, who
Okay.
has been ripped away from her parents.
Ladies and gentlemen, jury, I'll let you come out, sir.
That was beautiful for Catherine to get in.
It's a broken necklace that is sharp and actually dangerous. That's what they're trying to get out.
Oh,
it comes out.
Here's what we need to do. If we're going to have
Beautiful.
objections that we go into facts of the case or positions of the case, such as child being ripped away from the parents, things of that nature. We need to do it outside the presence of the jury. It does not need to be stated. All you have to do is let me know you've got an objection, that you need to go into certain matters, and we'll excuse the jury. You'll have full time to do it. But to continue to take different speaking objections that go into a lot of different things, then I don't think that's appropriate for the jury, okay?
Well, I don't think it's appropriate.
And so what I'm going to do at this point in time, I'm going to bring the jury back
you.
in. I'll let you ask questions, but it's going to be about the physical condition of the jury. I mean, of the children, of the child.
And Your Honor,
The physical condition of the jury.
I didn't know that was a concern. But, I can see why the judge would be concerned about the jury's physical condition.
I was saying because
It's always the Davids. His name is David too. It's always the Davids. Always bad.
we just had testimony literally of the child physically being ripped away from this witness. So this is not, this is not me editorializing. This is me describing the testimony that is
what happened.
the jury.
And she objected to that.
So when we are talking about the physical condition of these tiny children who are incapable of taking care of themselves, and they are given cherished items, family items with them to go to a foster home, and they are brought to visitation with those items broken, and it can serve as a proxy for the treatment that the child and their belongings were treated with as well. So I believe that that is relevant and that the witness should be entitled to go into his observations. Okay. It was in fact already brought up. The state has opened the door to the necklace testimony because Mackenzie McCrae brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay. My ruling still stands. We're going to talk about the physical condition of the child. Okay?
Oh my God.
And if I could just put on the record then that
Of course
the
he
state has
does.
the state has been allowed to go into the question of a broken necklace, and we are not being allowed to have the witness who observed the broken necklace testify to it.
Oh boy.
Look at him.
He did not like that.
He's like, shit.
Look
That
at
does
that
not
face.
sound good on the record. I can't say yes or no to that.
Oh, look at that face.
We have to.
Okay, and if I could just put on the record then that
I
the
believe
state
you
has
have.
been allowed, the state has been allowed to go into the question of a broken necklace, and we are not being allowed to have the witness who observed the broken necklace testify to it.
He's caught.
When did the
You
state
can
go into
see
the broken necklace?
Cogs
I don't
spinning.
Yeah,
You can see them spinning in his brain.
He knows he's caught. Because now, that's why he just said, when did they go into the broken necklace? Because if he did let the state talk about the necklace, he's screwed. He has to let the defense talk about the broken necklace.
I don't recall it. I may be wrong.
All right, let's pull up the record, shall we?
Here I am. If you tell me I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When
You're
did we
wrong.
When did the state go into
You're very wrong.
You're wrong,
the
sir.
broken necklace?
You're
I
wrong.
believe it was Mackenzie McCrae. It may have been Mr. Irvin, but it was one of the state's witnesses referenced the broken necklace, Your Honor.
I think it was Mackenzie.
About the necklace, so
I think they asked her what items did she have with her, and I believe she said something about the necklace.
Yeah.
It is true. The state has asked very few questions.
Ms. Barlow? Ms. Barlow, do you recall that?
I don't at this minute.
Of course she fucking doesn't. Sorry.
All right, advance caution. I'm gonna let you go into this necklace, but not anything else, okay?
all the power.
He got so screwed. It was so good.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it, but nothing else. That's it.
But nothing else. Nothing else. And what's funny about that is when he asked the state, do you remember this? And they said, well, no, but if you heard her, she goes, no, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So you know what? This is weird. This is where, he could have taken a recess if you wanted to let
go
them
and
look
look
back
for it.
at the record. I mean, the record, I'm not sure why there's no court reporter. They must just be recording this. And maybe that's why. This is a good pause face. Good pause face or bad pause face, however you want it. Well, let's count it off on the bingo.
I was just looking at his face and I'm like, oh my God, that's somebody's actual face. Like, that's
Those
his
eyebrows.
actual
He
face.
has like the power.
If he has
I'm gonna let you.
I feel like if he's ever had if he has a daughter, his daughter has brought home a boy, and this is the face he made to her once.
I want these eyebrows to go even higher. It's like, oh boy, I've been caught.
They can't go as high as Metzger's. They'll never be able to get that high.
These are not quite right. Hold on. Oh, wait. No. Clear that. All right, let's try that again. I need them to be like Nancy Pelosi level high, like starting up here. Yeah. Like this.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Holy cow.
Man.
All right, because I don't know if we went into it or not. And I want If it went into, I think it's only fair, of course, that you go into it, okay? I don't want to exclude you from
Although I'm
anything.
really sorry,
It's
I have
just I
to give
didn't
him like
hear it, didn't
brownie
know
points for his cool
how that
G.I.
was,
Joe
but
scar.
after that, we need to just stay on the
That's
physical
true. That battle scar is
aspects of the
cool.
child or children, okay?
Even if he
Let's
did it
do
by
back
running
here.
into a door or something, it is
I lost
cool.
my papers. Right, thank you, Sarah.
It almost looks like he may have had a tumor removed because it looks like part of that spot. It's like a depression in his face. There's a
was gonna
story
say-
behind that scar, and I kind of want to know what it is.
I was gonna say it kind of looks like he full on ran into the corner of a door because I've done that and I've had that exact same mark running into the corner of a door, except I didn't split
Ouch.
my head open doing it.
I have
just had a nice sting.
I have a scar in one of my eyebrows. I think it's this one because when I was this is such an 80s injury. It's so great. When I was in school, I was probably in 3rd grade or something. I was on the swings. And you know how you would lay on your belly on the swings? And I was laying on my belly swinging. And the girl next to me who was swinging regularly, she got off of her swing sideways. And because in the 80s everything was metal, the chain came directly back at me. Her swing went out to the side and then came back, and the chain caught me in the face right here. So I guess it was on that side. Caught me in the face, and and it just split my head open. I remember blood. It just was, how head wounds bleed. It was a tiny little
And
cut.
you did
I mean,
get taken
tiny.
away from your parents? For abusing
No,
you?
nope, not in the 80s. Your parents could basically beat you bloody in front of DCF, and they'd be like, "Well, that's
wait,
it.
I
You
forgot
deserved
it was
it."
the 80s. They
It was
didn't believe
was
felt
abuse
pain.
didn't exist in the 80s.
Yeah, that's right.
No, and you couldn't. Not only could children not feel pain, but you couldn't abuse them either. No, the school had to call my mom and stuff, and there was I got one stitch, and I still have no hair that grows right there. It's kind of a weird scar. But yeah, something happened, and I'm wondering.
Isn't that cool? He may have had someone lunge at him from across the desk, Megan.
That's fair.
That would be awesome.
Well,
he
would have had it coming. He would- That poor woman didn't, though. That poor judge in that clip, that poor woman, the look on her face is haunting. Look at her face. Oh,
she tries to
she's
run.
just like, crap, she saw it coming. He
Mm.
hurt her too. He pushed her head into that marble wall.
I was gonna
behind
say
it.
she did get a decent little head injury from that.
That poor woman. And then she got to sentence him, which was fun. She got to do his sentencing.
Oh God.
Oh, he's so not happy about this. He's really not
Mr. Schultz,
happy.
You were saying regarding Arya's necklace.
Yeah, so it's in a part
Oh,
of the case
sticky.
of the gold department.
That's it. You're in contempt of chat. How dare you call me the Jason Momoa of YouTube? No, you will not do that. I don't look anything like him. You will pay.
But doesn't he have
fundraiser.
really good hair?
That's
He
true,
has
does.
really good hair
Also,
though.
let me be angry. It raises money.
Oh,
Now
okay.
I'm angry with you. Go and pay your fine.
How dare you?
At least $5. And also, you need to pay another $5 for this one. Where is it? Is it me, or could Tony play young Bill Nye in the documentary Bill Nye Science is My Life? That's it. Directly to jail on that one. You're going to YouTube jail unless you pay your fine to the fundraiser. Now you owe 2. You owe 2 fines now. I'm setting the minimum at $5 each. You may pay more if you wish. But that is just uncalled for. It's uncalled for to treat a guest of mine that poorly, to say he looks like Bill Nye. That is just not
Tony's
true.
way cooler than Bill Nye.
Way better than. And have you seen him with a goatee? Because with a goatee, this man looks like a movie star.
And
Fixes computers.
the case was cracked, and we removed it from Aria because we didn't want her to be cut or scratched by this jagged piece of hard plastic.
And did it concern you what might have caused this impact on an item that was worn around the neck of your niece?
Yeah, we asked her, Aria, how it happened, and she couldn't really tell us. It's curious because it's a pretty strong object. I don't even know that I could crush it in my own hand. So it was really odd to us that it was broken, and more concerning that a jagged piece of plastic was around her neck.
Good job, Tony.
Was there anything
Great
else
job.
about the physical condition of your nieces when they were brought to this visitation on July 17th?
Yeah, so I mentioned that Emma was cold at the beginning of this. We wrapped her in a blanket to get her back up to temperature. And once her skin returned to normal appearance, her body temperature got back up. We did the diaper change near the end of the visit and noticed that she had spots on her leg, her left leg, just like the spots when we first took her into the hospital. There's more of them, but in a different arrangement. They're in a vertical pattern on her left leg. And we're like, wow, this is exactly what we just got accused of being abused. And now this happened with her again when she is in the care of foster care and DFACS.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
so what did
there.
you do after you noticed these marks?
This is the second time I figured this would break open the case, right? Because, like the parents have abused their kids. Now they're with us. And I'm like, oh, here's some weird spots that have happened to this kid. She's not being abused. She has some weird medical thing that we don't understand. The parents probably didn't abuse her. Like, no, this is new abuse. And then the same spots appear a week later, not even a week after she gets discharged. I'm like, oh, here it now. She's in the custody of DFACS and a foster parent, and she's got the same spots.
Yeah, so surely they have to see now. They have to see that they're
Yeah,
wrong.
like here it is. Here's the proof. Like here's the
proof.
pictures on
You're
Saturday
wrong.
from the hospital when her legs are clear. Here's the spots on Wednesday when they're back.
Oh, Tony, your poor sweet summer child.
Yeah, I know.
DFACS always doubles down. They always double down. Much like poor Jess over there on the channel, doubling down on being wrong all the time. That's what DCF does.
Well, we photographed it and videotaped it on our phones. It's weird to say tape because we don't use tape anymore. But so we immediately documented that. We had hoped to report it to the supervisor of visitation, but due to the late arrival, we had to shift rooms to another room. And the Thrive supervisor had to tend to another family in the room that we were in previously. And Nikki Cannon, who was picking up the girls to take them away, was substituting to watch the final few minutes of the visit. We did not feel safe revealing this to her. And so we let the attorneys know and later sent messages to DFACS officials, letting them know about this. And, obviously these spots were gone on Saturday in the hospital, and it's a whole new set the following Wednesday when she's out of parents' care and out of our care. So what's going on with this girl?
Okay. And so was there anything else about the physical condition of the girls at this visit?
Aria was put in a little bit of peril by her safety seat. When she was dropped off, she was in Mackenzie's car. They had to pull the seat out and put it in the front of the lobby so that it could be put in Nikki's car when she was removed and taken home. And, I had a lot of experience with baby car seats over the previous month, and I noticed that the routing of the belt was passing through the rear mount seat position for the safety seat.
Oh my.
And of course, Ari is big enough and in a front seated position. It was improperly mounted in the previous car. And I mentioned that to Nikki Cannon as I carried the seat out and helped get it.
Oh my God. Whose car
Nothing to
was
see
she in?
here.
Whose car was she in, Tony, when it was improperly mounted?
Mackenzie brought her to the visit.
Okay.
She forgot the bag. She was late, and she had a front-mounted seat using the safety routing for a rear position.
Again, I don't care if it is her first job and it is her first thing. She is dealing with children. They should have a training on how to put the car seat.
Megan, she's not only just dealing with children, they're taking kids from unsafe homes.
Yeah.
They claim that they're unsafe
and they
homes.
put them in an unsafe car seat.
And they're putting them in where babies are being frozen out by the AC. They're being brought with no diaper wipes or baby food or bottles.
Or diapers.
With jagged pieces of plastic around their necks. And more markings on their body.
This is crazy because all of these things, if the parents had done this, would be more charges of child abuse and neglect. You're muted. Muted, Boomer!
Damn
Muted.
it! I've been muted for a long time, haven't I been? Because y'all haven't responded to anything I've said.
Yes, you've been muted.
Damn it!
I just saw you moving your mouth.
Well, that would explain some stuff.
You're like, why are my friends ignoring me?
I was like, I don't have it muted, but I did. I had the actual
You
mic
did.
muted, not the
You did.
Streamlabs or Yard. I don't remember what I was saying. So
It was about the car seats. You know, there are firemen will come and do lessons for you for free.
Well, I was gonna say, is DCF ever gonna get charged with abuse or neglect?
They
Because
should.
half of the
We
shit that
tried,
they do
look.
to these kids, like,
They should be investigated for abusing these kids, yeah, and neglecting them.
Placed in her vehicle.
And so after this, when was the next time you saw the girls?
I would suspect another visitation. Let me see in my notes. I didn't document every one of my visits, but I couldn't tell you the exact date, but they had a visit or two every week over the next few months. There was a short time frame where my wife and I were not allowed to attend, and then we were invited back to them once again.
And during this time, was there any law enforcement investigation of you and your wife and your home in Gwinnett County?
There was, yes.
Okay. And what did you experience during that investigation?
Objection relevance.
And Your Honor,
Another
again, it goes
objection.
to the way the state has pursued or not
That's
pursued these
21.
alleged injuries to Emma.
That's Gwinnett. This is for site.
I would agree.
God, and that's another county.
So what did you observe at this time?
Did she
Like,
say what if
information
anything?
did
I
you
think she said what
provide
if
to
anything
The state.
before.
There was a police officer at the hospital at the time of that second hospitalization when we were kicked out. He wanted to ask me a few questions. I told him just the basics, my name, my address, my phone number, and that I wasn't willing to really provide any more details as there was already an open investigation against the parents. I had already seen how they were treated. That was the end of that particular contact. Although police did contact me again on the day Matt and Tucky had their bond hearing. I received a call from a special victims unit asking me to call back, had some questions about what had happened. That went to my voicemail. I returned that call and left a voicemail. Did not get a return call from that. I was getting pretty worried at this point.
Objection relevance.
Your Honor, this entire case is about whether the state actually investigated what happened to Ardia Hernandez, if anything. The continued investigation of what happened to
Objection again.
Emma Hernandez is relevant to the case.
I will limit it to the physical condition of the child going forward. Observation.
And Your Honor, we believe that the conduct of investigators, particularly given the state.
What'd you say, Tony?
Just making sure you got the counter updated.
Yep, 22. We're at 22.
Refusal to call any law enforcement witnesses whatsoever is relevant for the jury's determination of what
Man, you have
investigation.
subpoena power also, if that be appropriate.
And Your Honor, I don't believe so. The state has the burden of proof. They have the
Yes,
burden
ma'am.
of
Yes, ma'am. I'm just saying it. That is an option. You don't have to exercise it. I'm not going to go any further into, if you want to go about the condition of the children, I'm going to allow
You
that.
could have
But all
called.
I'm hearing is hearsay.
That's what he said. You could have called law enforcement because the burden of proof is on the state. But he's like, well, you could have called law enforcement.
I was just gonna. Then
Well,
how
then-
is that
but
the
then
burden
how
being
is
on
that-
the state?
Right.
Be appropriate.
I hate this judge.
And Your Honor, I don't believe so. The state has the burden of proof. They have the
Yes,
burden
ma'am.
of
Yes.
proof.
Wait, what did he say before that? Here we go.
Observation.
And Your Honor, we believe that the conduct of investigators, particularly given the state's refusal to call any law enforcement witnesses whatsoever, is relevant for the jury's determination of what
Ma'am, you have
investigation.
subpoena power also, if that be appropriate.
And Your Honor, I don't believe so. The state has the burden of proof. They have the
Yes,
burden
ma'am.
of proof.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just saying that is an option. You don't have to exercise it. I'm not going to go any further into, if you want to go about the condition of the children, I'm going to allow that. But all I'm hearing is hearsay. Police officers called us. They left a message telling me call, things like that. It's all hearsay. Okay? So we're going to start with that, no hearsay. And then I want to address about the children. Okay?
But it's not hearsay.
Okay.
Tony said they called.
So what investigation of the children's situation was done that you could see?
Yeah, wouldn't the hearsay be what they said, I guess? I mean,
Exactly.
the fact that what are we trying to get in here? That they just called? Or what they said?
Yeah, I think
Tony,
their
what was it
actions
you
are
were
still
trying
available,
what
right?
was it that you were trying to tell the jury that he didn't want you to tell them?
I don't think there's anything real big here, but she's just trying to establish that the investigators really didn't do anything. I get a call from them. I try to return it. I have an attorney try to return the call, and it just dies. And then later we get some logs for the Gwinnett County investigator Tallman between police that are still pursuing this after she told me that she was done, actually. And it doesn't really go anywhere. Like the police are just like, I don't know what their conclusion was, but they're either too busy with real crimes or thought this wasn't worth pursuing, wasn't credible. I don't know. So my county ends up just saying, we don't know, and hands it back to for Forsyth to make any decisions as to whether or not my wife and I can visit with the girls and things like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, how is it hearsay that Tony called officers and those calls weren't returned? Hearsay, yeah. I mean,
So
it's
stupid.
it's what you did. Like you didn't. That's
the facts.
crazy.
I saw in Nicole Tallman's report that
Objection.
Oh,
Hearsay.
Tony, if at any time you remember being on the stand and you were seething inside, let us know. That's on the bingo card too. Witness is seething. Yeah.
Hey, she just called objection, Megan.
Again?
I was gonna say we
Okay.
just had another objection.
I saw in Nicole Tallman's report that
Objection. Hearsay.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying this.
So
That's
what were
23.
you able to observe in terms of actions taken towards your person, home, or family members?
I observed Nicole Tallman talking to me about the case, asking questions and answering questions of mine. I observed a phone call from a Gwinnett County Special Victims Unit police officer. I observed
This was so painful.
Yeah.
This is awful.
How do you get it out?
I observed other things, but I think they're going to call hearsay.
Tony.
I observed other things, but I observed other things, but they won't let me say it. I observed lots of things, but they won't let me tell you what. That's good. If I'm on the jury at this point, I'm like, let the guy fucking tell me. Like,
I want to
what?
hear.
I want to know what. How am I supposed to make a decision if I don't have all the facts? Who said what and when? That's the whole. Isn't that why we're here? Oh my God. Witness gets cheeky. That should be on the bingo card, but it isn't.
So during this time, did you testify in court regarding the condition of Emma and Aria Hernandez?
In the juvenile court, yes.
And who else did you see testify in the juvenile court proceedings?
Oh, many people. Some of that I would be sequestered for.
Relevance.
It's irrelevant.
And Your Honor, again, we are trying to get at the investigation
that's
that was or
24th.
was not done
Oh my
into
God.
the situation with Emma Hernandez beyond the.
I'm not going to go into the number of witnesses
said
called in
no.
juvenile court. Sustained objection.
So you testified in juvenile court, right?
I did.
Okay, do you recall on about how many occasions?
At least 2, maybe 3, possibly 4. But there was the adjudication hearing, which was lengthy. Yeah, I would say probably 4 times. We also petitioned to regain custody of the girls. I would have testified then. We also
Year before him.
petitioned to get full guardianship of the girls. I would have testified then as well.
Okay, and so did you ever receive guardianship of the girls?
Objection relevance.
And Your Honor, again, it goes to whose custody and control the children were in, since the state believes that at some point they were abused.
Are you asking care of custody or are you asking the legal term guardianship? Legal guardianship.
Well, the legal guardianship matters because it is the person who's in control of the medical records and decision-making. And so there are a number of medical appointments to which it would be the guardian who would be invited. And whether that guardian was a family member or DFACS, I believe is relevant.
Hold on.
Thank you very much. And so were you ever given guardianship of the girls?
Yes.
When did that take place?
I want to be careful because there's permanent guardianship and there's temporary custody.
Mhm.
So approximately a year after the girls were taken from us, almost to the day, we were given temporary custody back. Later, we obtained full guardianship.
So, and I know there's a lot that went on in between July of 2023 and July of 2024. But during this time, how often were you able to see Emma and Arya?
Between when they were taken from us and getting them back, probably I saw them 4 or 5 occasions.
Oh.
Okay, during that entire year?
Oh my God.
6 or I'd say 8 at the most.
That's awful.
There was, a couple visitations that we were able to attend. My wife attended more than I did, simply because her work schedule is more flexible.
And what were your observations of the girls' conditions during those visits?
Besides that visitation where we saw the spots and the frigid girls, I didn't see any major physical problems. I did see a lot of emotional distress in Arya at the
that was a good way
ends
to
of
put
these
it.
visits, or sometimes even at the beginnings, where she's clearly upset and then warms up to be happy again once we're into being with her and conducting the actual visit.
And now, did any of these visits include the parents, Matthew or Chucky Hernandez?
Yes.
So were you able to observe the girls interacting with Matt and Chucky Hernandez?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did you observe anything of concern to you of a fear-based reaction or any sort of violence or an interaction that otherwise gave you concern between the girls and their parents?
Never any fear or anything. The girls love their parents. The only thing that ever gave me concern was at one point her Mr. Hernandez was clipping Emma's nails and nicked her finger very lightly, and she was bleeding pretty profusely for about 30 minutes, and we could
That's
not
a
get
long
it stopped.
time.
It is a long time, Megan.
That's
And did y'all see-
Especially
unusual.
for a clip, just
That's unusual. I mean, I've done that before. Everybody's done it. If you have a baby, you've accident, which is why I always tell people I always chewed off their nails instead, because those stupid clippers will always do that. And then, but I've never seen a baby bleed for a long time, like a half an hour for that. Like normally it stops almost right away. So that's concerning.
Yeah.
That would make me concerned too. God, I hate those baby nail clippers. Clipping babies' nails is the worst thing ever. It's so nerve-wracking.
Scary, yeah.
It is. It's nerve-wracking. It's so scary.
And poor Matt's doing it at a supervised visit.
Oh, yeah. With the added pressure of the supervised visit, I couldn't do it. Nope.
That's like trying to parallel park in a driving test.
I would always just chew their little fingernails off with my teeth because I could feel, you can't feel with the end of the clippers, but I can feel with my lips and tongue. So I would just know where it was, and it would be much easier to just chew them off. But of course, you probably can't do that in a supervised visit. They'd be like, why do you have the baby's hands in your mouth? Stop.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it's way easier and it's way safer, actually. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's way safer to do it that way. And I never made a kid bleed again after that. I never used those stupid clippers. They're terrible.
Yeah, I didn't personally, but that was basically the end of the visit where my wife and I left, and the Thrive supervisor wrapped up the meeting, and she was taken to, I believe, an urgent care. Definitely, they sought medical attention for what was a very tiny nick on her finger.
Yeah.
Wow.
It seemed to bleed for longer than one would expect.
Yeah, it just would not stop. It was a good 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, my Lord.
And then they had these taper,
Now,
Wait, then what? What happened?
I mean, that was 20, 30 minutes of bleeding and it hadn't stopped. So they took her to an urgent care or some other facility like that to have a doctor, because like gauze and bandage, it just wouldn't quit.
That's amazing. And it still doesn't raise any red flags for these people that, hey, maybe this baby has an underlying problem or disorder. No concern.
and during this time, was there anything else about the girl's physical condition or illnesses that you were aware of?
Generally, Emma would be sick or have congestion pretty much all the time, but nothing major like big bruises or discoloration, spots on the legs since that time we spoke about previously.
And so during this time, were you personally aware of any attempts to take Emma Hernandez for additional medical testing or doctor's appointments in an attempt to determine if she did have a medical condition?
For Emma?
Yes.
I was aware of attempts. I'm not sure if that was at that time from direct observations.
I don't want him to testify anything he's not sure of. I'm guessing.
Of course, just if
I was aware of it. I just don't know the timing of when I knew.
Okay. But did you participate in any of these attempted medical appointments?
When they were out of our custody, I don't think we attended any of the medical visits.
Did you personally have any concern about whether or not Emma Hernandez was getting adequate medical care and treatment during this time?
Absolutely.
Why did you have that concern?
Because she's had these initial fractures that are claimed to be abused by some, which I don't believe.
Objection.
What's objectionable about that?
Him about his beliefs.
Because he doesn't believe it?
You're asking about medical care and treatment. Let's limit it to that, not what he believes that other people may believe.
That was okay. Then, I mean, Emma had ongoing medical issues, and I did not understand them, and really wanted them to be resolved and explained.
And during this time, were you legally allowed to have any unsupervised contact with your sister-in-law and brother-in-law?
No. Once she had the bond hearing and Mr. Hernandez was also charged and arrested, their bond restrictions limited our contact with them until some point through the juvenile hearings. We got permission to contact them through our Family Wizard app, which is designed for officials to be able to see our contacts and record them and log them so that we could work on the basic logistics of meeting them for visitations and doctor's appointments and things like that. So our only contact was through that app or in a courtroom setting such as this or in juvenile court.
And would you ever make excuses for child abuse, Mr. Schultz?
No.
And even if it was someone close to you, would you turn them in if you believed they had committed child abuse?
Yeah.
And do you believe that either your sister-in-law or brother-in-law abused your
Objection.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's not asking for his opinion, it's asking for his belief, which.
Sustained. Court's not going to allow it. That's the issue for
All right,
the jury.
that's what, 27?
Well, yes, but that's the issue why they have witnesses who can offer their beliefs to the jury, Your Honor.
Oh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, jury, I'll let
Wow.
You know, at this point, I'm calling witness intimidation because I almost feel like these objections are geared towards making Tony too like upset to talk, like to get his testimony out, because they're throwing him off so badly he can't say anything without an objection. Did you feel that while you were on the stand? Like, well, how am I supposed to testify?
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to explain my actions and what I did. You know, it doesn't make any sense if I'm like, well, I woke up in the morning and I went to the store and I bought a giant pack of sausages. Those are like, well, why did you do that? You know, like, you need to lay that foundation of whatever conversation came before it, or else it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Very hard. Very hard. I'm also going to say, I think we should call state tries to trip witness, because I think they're trying to throw you off. Because this is just crazy. All right, we're going to have an argument now. Did I change it? Are we at 27 or 28? I don't remember if I changed it or not.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
This judge looks so done with this case.
Keeps making speaking objections.
He doesn't like it anymore. He's like, this isn't fun anymore. It isn't fun anymore. This one keeps making speaking objections.
Having to actually work.
Oh, Catherine, you're so funny.
Keeps making speaking objections, commentaries in front of the jurors that is absolutely inappropriate.
Oh my God, what a little bitch.
Do you want to address the issue of the witness testifying at the
Good for the
do you
judge.
believe either your sister-in-law or brother-in-law abused your niece?
He's like, can we go back to the actual objection?
That is a matter for the jurors to decide.
And I would entirely agree with the state that is a matter for the jurors to decide. And I believe that they are going to need to rely on witnesses who have been close to the events in question in order to offer the facts, perspective, and testimony
Consulting the ceiling
necessary for them
cats.
to evaluate the credibility of the
Ceiling
witness
cats.
as well as the credibility of the other witnesses.
That's just off the character evidence that she's trying to get into.
I agree. Court's not going to allow it.
Well,
Oh
just
my
so I can
gosh.
be clear about,
Not going to allow it.
is the court's ruling that Tony Schultz is not allowed to say that he does not believe that these people abuse their children?
Ooh, say it.
I am going to let him state whether or not what I don't want him to do is be making comment on anyone else's testimony. That's what my concern is.
But that's not what he
Okay.
did.
That's not what
was
happened.
objected to
And so
here.
I will let him state whether or not he believes that they.
Oh, okay.
They
Then let him do it.
I'll let him testify
Well,
that.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
he tried
But
to.
We're going to leave it there, though.
It's
But he
because
tried
of how
to.
Catherine just said it. It is because of how Catherine just laid it out. She was like,
I know. She's
Here.
learning how to handle this judge. She's
yeah.
making it look incredibly bad for him to answer in the way he wants to for
So
the
when
appellate
she
court.
says it, he's like, wow, that sounds really bad.
That sounds
the
really
way
bad.
she's
So he's like,
saying
well,
it."
yeah, I'm going to allow that, but just that.
Of course, but just that, guys.
But I didn't allow it 10 minutes ago. But of course I'm going to allow it.
Because
Yeah,
you're
of course I'm
scaring
not a
me.
monster.
Oh my goodness, thanks, Mary.
She's learning how to handle him, though.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. As you were saying, Mr. Schultz, do you believe that either Matthew or Tucky Hernandez abused their daughter, Emma Hernandez?
I do not.
I don't have any further questions.
There you
for at
go.
this time.
Got it out.
There you go. He got it out.
Washington.
Mr. Schultz, when Emma was discharged to your care and custody on June 8th of 2023, were you informed as to the diagnosis of Emma at that time?
Maybe not at that immediate moment, but I had a follow-up meeting with Sarah Eller at the DFAC's office, who told me they suspected
no.
it was non-accidental trauma.
Hearsay. Objection.
When Emma was discharged to your
She
custody on
objected, didn't she?
June 8th of 2023,
I thought
did
I
you
heard it.
request an
I heard it. The judge didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Was the judge
No.
asleep?
That-
Listen.
Rolled right through
They
it.
suspected it was non-accidental trauma.
Object. I heard it.
I
Somebody
didn't hear
said. Somebody said object. So maybe they were telling her to object. Listen.
They suspected it was non-accidental trauma.
Object. Did you hear it?
I heard
It's there.
something.
It's there.
They suspected it was non-accidental trauma.
Did you hear it?
I did
It
hear
kinda
something.
sounds
Someone
like
in the
it, but-
background going object.
Maybe it's the judge.
Sounds
He's
like a
trying to
dude.
get you
No,
to
it was a
do it.
woman. It was a woman's voice.
Oh,
Listen again.
They suspected it was non-accidental trauma.
Oh, actually, no. It could have been a man. Hold on. But it wasn't the judge. It would have been louder. The chat heard it. It could have been a man. Was there a man sitting at the estate's table? Was there a
Well, she
male
has a
lawyer?
man's haircut, but it's actually a woman.
Oh, okay. But somebody
made a
said
new-
object, and they didn't. So
look,
maybe
I
that's
made a
what
new
happened.
avatar for the judge. How I feel.
Does this count? Does this count for Flux squalls out? Or Flux is going to get angry? I mean, do we?
I feel like I definitely
She's
got
been
angry a
angry.
long time ago.
Okay, we
yeah,
can
I've been
check that off
seething
then.
and angry. Yeah,
Okay. I think we missed the
Mhm.
squall out because you were muted.
that's a good possibility.
was discharged to your custody in June 8th of 2023. Did you request an additional blood test to be done at that time?
I don't think I requested a blood test at that time. I was more in the, I will follow up and do whatever is recommended for the girls, whatever referrals they have. But I don't think I was requesting medical tests of my own thought. Yeah.
Did anyone from Showa tell you that they would do any follow-up diagnostic testing on them at that time? On June 8th, 2023?
No.
Were you made aware of her lab results during her stay on June 8th, 2020, June 7th and June 8th, 2023?
I don't think I saw any paperwork, lab work, or things like that. There was discussion about vitamin D when she was discharged to us. They prescribed her vitamin D and told us to give that to her.
Okay. Did you ask for another blood test to be done by Georgia Hematology on that?
Yeah, that was much later, after we had lost custody of the girls and then later regained it.
Okay. Why did you ask for another blood test to be done on Emma at that time?
Because she had abnormally high D dimer, listed in prior lab results, continued to have strong reactions to minor mosquito bites, constantly being sick, vomiting, infections, runny nose, like a host of issues. And clearly she wasn't healthy, and got referrals for not just blood work, but a number of different specialties.
What was the diagnosis from Georgia Hematology?
They actually didn't reach a conclusion. They did find that well over a year after all of this went down, she still had highly elevated D dimer in her blood, which is from blood clots being broke down internally in the body. It was still abnormally high across two different visits to there. I think that was September and also November. They found that her kidney and her liver functions were okay.
Oh, there's another one. What?
I'll keep it short, but I believe it's just statements made with purpose of medical diagnosis would be nice.
What's her objection? She doesn't want you giving medical.
She thinks I'm giving professional medical testimony, right? But
what did they find?
There was nothing more big to come out here. I kind of opened with they didn't really have a diagnosis.
They didn't have a diagnosis.
They said she has this abnormal D dimer. We don't know why this is, but I was just about to wrap up there. They said, we can tell you don't need to be concerned about her kidneys or her liver. Those are functioning normally. This is a mystery, but she's not in immediate peril. But
so odd. They're so determined. Oh God, it's very annoying. Wow. 28 objections.
On this, but I'll move on. And it was in the custody of this witness.
Or he's going to be referred to some sort of test result with that tender.
Yeah, he knows how to read.
So what's your question?
My question is, what was the diagnosis of Emma by Georgia Hematology? And that was my question.
I think it's hearsay. Unless if their medical records.
How is it hearsay?
A diagnosis is not hearsay.
It's written down by
in the medical record.
So-called professionals that we're supposed to trust.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's just asking, did the medical professionals give you their diagnosis?
And what was it? Why can't you answer that? The medical records are in the record. They're there. And I'm sure that those were submitted as evidence. They had to have been. So there's no reason why you can't give what the diagnosis is.
Best evidence, not somebody who's read them, who's not qualified.
Oh my God.
Not qualified to read.
You're not qualified to read, Tony.
They said she's fine, other than the high D dimer. That was the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Sick.
Everything's fine.
To your knowledge, was Emma sick between November 2023 and February
Again,
2024?
If I'm on the jury, I'm like, they're hiding this diagnosis from us. Obviously. Now, if I'm thinking, oh, she did get diagnosed with some kind of blood disorder, and they don't want us to know.
Right.
So they should have let you answer that question because they didn't, right? She doesn't have a diagnosis from the blood doctors.
I mean, there's something wrong. They don't know what it is, but it's not life-threatening. Yeah.
Right. So it's actually great that she wouldn't let you answer that question, because if I'm on the jury, I'm like, oh crap.
Ooh,
she's got a blood disorder. She's got a bleeding disorder, and they don't want us to know.
Right.
Yes, many times.
We've reached, I'm objecting because facts are destroying my case.
To your knowledge at that time?
That is correct.
Yes.
Are you aware about how many days Emma was on these antibiotics for?
I don't know how long that particular course of treatment was. I would have to look in the medical records to see what the dose is.
No, Tony, you don't know how to read medical records.
Doses were.
Do you have anything in your notes that could refresh your recollection?
There's a lot of visits, and she had multiple infections on different dates. She Can you restate the time frame just so I know I'm sticking to that?
November of 2023 to February 2024.
Why isn't he objecting here, though, to him reading medical records?
Yeah, there were well over a dozen visits in that time frame, just from February of 2023 to February of 2024. There were a dozen visits for all kinds of illnesses and sicknesses. Some of those would require antibiotics.
What's your understanding of the shape of Emma's head and the misshaped head?
So initially, when she was very young, she had that first hospitalization. It was kind of a sloped side of the head at the soft spot. And there was also swelling there. Later on, we took her to a specialist to have her head shape evaluated and see if there was something wrong, because she also developed a crest towards the front part of her head. By that time, the fontanelle and the sloping of the head had filled back in and solidified more.
Your Honor, he's talking about medical stuff.
He's saying big words, Your Honor. Big words.
Big words. Big words.
He's not allowed to say big words because he's not a doctorologist.
He was friggin' there.
Diagnosis or terminology.
I don't know what's happened with Fontanelle and what's he actually looking at.
That is ridiculous. He was at the appointment.
Yeah, so
Good question.
Oh,
And she still has that ridge.
So you took Emma to a specialist, and what did that specialist diagnose Emma with? You know,
Objection, hearsay.
She's staying.
Oh my God.
as far as the you also
Another
took
one
that
at 30
Emma to a
now?
dentist, is that correct?
Yeah.
I did, yes.
Holy
And
shit.
what did that dentist?
Wait a second.
Objection.
Pause.
It's already coming.
All right,
out of
hold
the
on. I'm
show.
updating the counter.
Well, it's already at 31. She just objected again.
Again?
Yes.
We're gonna have to,
I can't
take
keep
another
up.
shot.
I'd roll this one back. One of these points, I straight up asked the judge, like, it's not oh, that was earlier. That was the opinion on the criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this part's important, and Tony can
but
of course
still.
speak for this. But listen to me. He took this little baby to a specialist, and they said in the report, because I remember reading it when Tony and Took got it back, because I do know how to read reports, it's not that hard. And they said they would have put a helmet on Emma when she was younger, but it was too late. She's too old now. She's too big. Her skull has already formed, and they could not do anything about it.
Yeah, you
So
have to
then
adjust the skull before the bone plates start to really merge together.
So the jury doesn't even get to know that, but that is something that happened. Is this baby should have and could have used a nice little helmet as she was getting older to have a better shaped head for being a little girl, and it was too late. That's what Yi just objected to. That was 2 objections back to back. She's just literally spitting it out.
So are we at 31 or 32? I did add another one, but
I think
I
it's
think
just
that was
31.
32.
Or was
Oh.
it? Maybe it was 32.
we're giving it
She's a
32.
bitch.
We're
She's a
making it
bitch.
32.
That's what
She's
we know.
definitely
for a
a bitch.
fact.
We know that for a fact. This is just terrible.
As statements made for purposes of medical diagnosis as well. It's my last question.
What are you talking about? You want the doctor's statement?
Well,
You're
it's
talking about-
already been mentioned by the state witnesses that she was diagnosed with the female RT.
I don't know if this witness has to do with that, why he has to testify to that.
He was there, you
It's
idiot.
in the medical records.
Yeah, because he was there.
Okay, I'll move on. Thank you.
Okay, so real quick, pause it real quick. I have a question because this is starting to bother me. I don't know how many of y'all have ever been to the dentist, but when you go to the dentist, they typically take x-rays of your teeth and then they show you like, oh, here's where a cavity is, here's where a cavity is. It's not fucking rocket science to read charts or x-rays.
No.
And when you're older, like myself, I have had more than a few x-rays and dental, like I've had, and I can read an X-ray pretty well.
You don't
I can look at
hire
one.
like a specialist to tell you what a doctor tells you. You don't need.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Why can't you ask a witness, what did the doctor, well, because what were you diagnosed with? What did the doctor put in the medical record?
Yeah, like
was the
what did
diagnosis?
you read in the chart?
I
Reading
you're
a
not
doctor's
allowing it.
note.
I don't know why, because the medical records are part of the evidence in the case. So the
Yeah.
jury can just refer to the medical records. I don't understand why he can't say
Tony,
what's
did
in
you even get out, Tony, that the doctor had diagnosed Emma with hypoplastic teeth?
It sounds like Steve just went past it here, and I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't even get to get it out, which is that was huge. The day that Tony
yeah.
that you told us about that was so monumentally important for this case. But
yeah, let me explain this for everybody, because it goes all the way back to the juvenile case, which was too late. It's already gone. But during the juvenile case, Pena is the one that testified there, Manuel Pena, and he says that her ribs wouldn't have been injured during birth because that's so rare, and she would have had all of the vitamin D she needed at birth, that the vitamin D being low was later in life, and that it wasn't earlier. And the reason of that is that when you're born and you're not premature, babies have a surplus of vitamin D and or calcium, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't have all been related to that, and her skeleton would have been perfectly healthy during gestation. And then later, we take her to the dentist, and Flux, this wasn't even x-rays. You can see this on her teeth that's exposed. She's missing some of the enamel right on the front. Like it's kind of brown, it's wavy, it's not a shiny, glossy surface like it should be. Anybody can see it once you point it out. And I thought, man, this really blows it right open, because I talked to that dentist who knew nothing about this case. He didn't know why we had her.
Right.
We didn't tell him anything about it. We just like, hey, here's our two kids. Check out their teeth. You've seen Aria before. Emma has her first teeth. He goes, oh, Aria's fine. She has a problem with her teeth. They're demineralized. And I wasn't there, but my wife tells me this. So I call him and I talk to him in person. And he's like, yeah, they're demineralized. I'm like, well, you didn't know this, but you had these problems. Can you say anything about the timing or the cause? Because, is it genetic? Is it nutrition, whatever? And he says, yeah, you make a good point. That low vitamin D, if that happened during gestation, absolutely would cause it, because the enamel is supposed to be laid down before birth. Like, kids are born with 2 sets of teeth in their mouth already. They just don't come out till later. And the enamel on the first teeth that are supposed to erupt is already laid down at the time of birth. And once your teeth come out of the gums, it's too late. You can't lay it down. Yeah. So that specifically timed her problem, whether it's genetic or nutritional or both, to gestation, which totally blows all his juvenile court testimony away.
Yeah.
Like, directly contradicts him.
It doesn't even get mentioned. It's like
unbelievable.
That takes me off.
Jameson, thanks for the 2. Tony, sorry you had to deal with that crazy attorney. And Jameson also said, Megan, on behalf of Locals Group, why is YouTube only link listed in Locals? That's a violation of common sense, because Rumble I couldn't get it to work today. It wouldn't let me set up my stream. And I gave up because I was already late. So Rumble, that's their fault. LMP, thanks for the 2. Motion to add witness sneaks in positive facts. That is a good bingo square. I'm going to write that down. We're going to witness sneaks in good facts. I like that one.
It ticks me off that the jury, I know it doesn't matter now, but it just upsets me because that's such a big part of this case to me. Like, for Emma's health, if you're looking at really finding out what's really going on about a little baby, like, that was really important, and it just gets
really
completely sustained over.
Yeah,
because Tony doesn't know how to read what a dentist said.
It's not well. So, are you telling me? So, did you call the dentist?
Yeah, my wife came home and said, "Oh, I took it to the dentist."
No, I mean in court. Did the defense call the dentist?
He was on there as a witness list, but I don't think he ever gets called.
It's too bad.
Mr. Schultz, when did you start keeping notes in this case?
The day you stole my nieces?
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date I would have started. Probably sometime mid or late July. Actually, I can tell here no later than July 10th, 2023. I do have some notes earlier in this same log that speak to prior dates, but those may have been made retroactively as my wife and I discussed what had happened and the timing. And
Why? Why did you start keeping notes?
Oh my
because
God.
there was a lot of confusion in this whole case. Nothing seemed to be going correctly.
Yeah, you could say that again. Sticky Widget, by the way, thanks for paying your fine to the fundraiser. Sticky sent over another 20, and we appreciate that.
wow.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
I don't understand her
The parents
question
being
here, why
accused.
she thinks she should ask that.
Yeah, these questions
Like,
are
is she trying to imply that these notes have been manufactured and the attorney handed them to me or something? Like, why is she asking?
out of all
Well,
the
everything's going wrong. Everybody's lying and covering things up and obstructing things, and we're running into problems. So I have to document all this stuff, every contact
Everything.
that I have, all my emails, all my phone calls. Like all that stuff was recorded.
Yeah, what is her point? These are the stupidest questions.
And the actions of defects, not being honest, or
Oh, Tony, that's
a lot of
good.
things they said to us didn't sit well with us as well. And so we just wanted to be able to track and record everything that we could.
When did
to
you
make
start
sure
making
that
a record of the government doing
everyone's
bad
treated
things to
fairly,
you?
that we get the girls home, and that
Seriously.
we could be prepared for whatever we need, including.
Why don't you trust the government, your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, why did you make these notes, Tony? Why didn't you just step in line and follow
I think
suit?
I can wrap up with like justifying here today. Like, I need to know this stuff. I need to. I'm not going to
Well,
memorize
yeah,
it
it
all.
ended up in court, and I'm glad I did keep my notes.
Cases like this, I mean, all the way back then when she is charged with abusing her kids, I figured I'd probably be asked to testify to this, and I should have a better recollection using the log than my memory.
Her questions got a lot out, Tony.
You're saying that you're very close with Ruler Hernandez and not Hernandez, correct?
I'm sorry, very close to them?
Yes.
I am, yes.
Now, did you or your wife
God, I
cause
hate the
fractures to Emma?
No, nobody caused fractures to Emma.
Did you or your wife cause the markings
Oh my
to Emma's
God.
legs and soles of her feet?
No.
What are these questions?
You mentioned video footage of inside the home. Did you ever turn those videos over to the state being the DA's office?
No.
DA's office never asked for them. I did offer them to
Boom.
multiple people that work for the state.
Beautiful.
Did you turn that over to
Tony.
your attorney, the attorneys?
No one else has been handed the footage. It's in my possession. It's been mentioned to multiple
You can have it
people,
if you want
attorneys, defects
have it.
employees, the judge in the juvenile case, guardian ad litem in the juvenile case.
So it has not been turned over to anyone?
No.
What about the
No one-
videos or photos?
Nobody
of
wanted it.
Spots that you saw. Do you have those with you today?
I do, and some of those were turned over previously, such as the one sitting right in front of me now.
Okay, well, what about the ones that you saw at one of these supervised visitations?
I don't know if those have been provided to anybody, but I do have them with me.
But you didn't give them to defense counsel?
I think I provided them to prior counsel that is no longer on the case.
So I'm not talking about juvenile.
And
I'm
Rhoda,
talking about here.
If I could just interject, we are working on making sure, because I think they were referenced, and so we can absolutely get copies of them for the state to see
Yeah.
if he presented. I have not seen them prior to his testimony, but since he does say he still has them in his possession, we will make
Yeah, we
them
can get them. Turn them
Well,
over.
so-
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the E is trying to work towards a discovery violation there because that kind of
So
cracks
Schultz,
their case open.
Yeah.
Right.
you
It just
testified on
backfired
that.
like hell on her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Because she's like, well, so you want those? You can have them. Let's
Okay, let's go
play
get
'em.
them.
Yeah, and I had provided those pictures, but I don't know
Yeah.
how things happen when an attorney gets fired
Yeah.
or excuses himself and another one
Sure.
comes in. Like, how do they officially
Does
handle
the
that
entire
stuff?
file
That's not my
transfer over?
responsibility, right?
Right. No.
I was involved with
Exactly.
this case. I gave it to attorneys. If it didn't get into discovery at this
Exactly.
point, or if you're not aware that it's in discovery, you didn't look hard enough, Ms.
Yeah.
Yee.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of that was in the same Google Drive that we used for discovery the whole time.
Of the defendants multiple times, correct?
Yes.
And you don't want to see them get in trouble, correct?
Well, I want the truth to come out more than anything, and I feel like if it does, then yes, they would not suffer any consequences.
Good answer.
Have there been any more broken bones while children were in your custody?
No.
Nothing further?
Yeah, she didn't have many questions for you.
No,
There
she
wasn't much
really
she could
didn't.
do. There wasn't
But
much
Tony
she could
got
do.
a lot out, though.
No,
Yeah.
there's not. She wanted to get out of there. Now she wants you off the stand. Any more time with you up there, you're a very good witness, and that's not helping her. It's not helping. So she got out of there quick.
Anything else for this witness?
That's how you know you did a good job, Tony.
And I think it's already been asked, but you said you want the truth to come out in this case for the girls, correct?
That's right.
Okay. We don't have any further questions for you at this time. We will work on making sure that a copy of those photographs is available in reference.
All right, thank you again. Anything else? Thank you. All right, sir, you're excused.
Jennifer, are you next?
There's just a little bit more, actually. They have to call me back to speak to that evidence that you referred to on the following day.
Oh,
It's very short. It's just
Is
a
it
little
on
bit.
this video?
Yeah, it blacks out, but it keeps going. Is it-
Oh, it's on this video. Oh,
I think it
okay,
is.
hold on. Wait, let's go back. Oh, yeah, here it comes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We're not done. But wait,
Just
there's
a little
more.
bit Yeah.
Oh, you can call your witness back up.
We called Tony Schultz. Your
Oh.
Honor.
Oh,
what's
stop,
happening?
Megan.
What's happening
Megan.
over here?
That's Dr. Bones. This is when he is.
Oh,
I can't
Dr.
believe he
Bones.
got this. Yeah, this
There he is. There's a Dr. Bones sighting. Everybody check off Dr. Indiana Bones from your
He get
Crypto
taken
cards.
out.
Wait
Why?
a minute. They get it. They kick him out.
Yes, they kick him out. This individual right there kicks him out because he's using his phone. He has a device connected
to
to his
hear.
cochlear implant to be able
Right.
Call your
to
witness
read
back
it
up.
out.
We called Tony Schultz, Your Honor.
You know,
And there he goes.
this is an ADA violation.
100%.
Clear as day. And as soon as he told that officer, I'm using this as a,
Yes.
a
He
hearing
does. He
aid.
stands out there and
They
tells
could
him.
have said, well, the court will provide you with headphones, but you
Mhm.
can't use your phone if they had something. But if they didn't have something for him, they can't do that.
Yeah. And these two snobs on the front, Dana and Jessica, terrible people, horrible people. And they
But
just
these
they
people
love-
here,
Yes. Yes. Terrible people.
did they kick him out permanently? Like he couldn't come back?
Yeah, he left. He was going to stay for the rest of the day and he just ends up leaving. He goes out to Ryan and it's just like, well,
Jeez.
Please raise your right hand. You sign.
He could have complained about that. That's
Yeah.
a big time
Yeah.
I
violation.
swear from the testimony about to give the court, be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self you got.
Yes, I do.
Please be seated, sir.
Ooh, Tony's wearing a new shirt.
I
Yes,
was
a
gonna
different
say,
tag.
ooh, the fit
Different
Purple
tag.
is the
is.
color for
I
this day.
like
We have
it.
the different themes. So green, yellow. This day, everyone on
like
the
it.
defense wore purple.
yeah.
I
love
like
it.
this. I like the small print.
Go on.
Thank
What
you,
are
Your
what
Honor.
is the print? What are those things? Is it
I'll have to
floral?
see a little closer. I don't know.
I may approach the witness.
You may.
Yeah, it's the same picture that you saw.
I think those are just little triangles.
Little triangles,
It might
Mr.
be
Schultz,
little
I'm showing you what's been
tropical
marked as defense
coconut trees.
little palm trees.
exhibits
I like your
22,
tie.
23, and 24. And if you can identify those for the jury as to, you can identify them as to where they were taken and what they represent.
Yeah, these are pictures that I took of Emma's
triangles.
leg with some mysterious discoloration.
He doesn't need to testify. We're here for the photos only, okay?
Certainly, Your Honor.
We're here for the testimony. We don't need to hear. We're here for the pictures. We don't need him to say what the pictures are or why he took them, or just show the pictures.
Darn.
And so when did you take these photos,
Oh,
Mr. Schultz?
I took these pictures.
We can check the box that says actual evidence. Actual evidence has now been is being presented to the court. Actual evidence.
At the first visitation after the girls had been placed into foster care and removed from my guardianship.
And was that on July 19th, 2023?
It was Wednesday, July. A lot of notes here. Yes, July 19th.
Okay. And did you take the photographs?
I did.
Does it look like they have been altered in any way?
No.
Do they appear to be a true and accurate reflection of what you observed about your niece, Emma Hernandez, on July 19th, 2023?
Yeah, I'd say they're accurate. Don't quite have the clarity as they do as the digital originals on my phone, but definitely show how her legs appeared that day.
Okay. And so, Your Honor, at this time, we would tender Defense Exhibit 22 through 24.
Oh,
He's like,
Ms. Hughes, any objection?
why did I bring it up?
None other than previously stated.
All right, very well. All right, they're admitted.
And Your Honor, that was our purpose in recalling Mr. Schultz, and so we would excuse him.
All right, thank you. You may step down, sir.
Thank you.
Just leave him right there. Leave him right there, sir. Thank you.
Yep. There it is.
Wow.
Excellent shirt
Wow.
choice. I would have liked to have looked at that longer. That was a good shirt choice. I liked it. Liked it a
Well, I
lot.
didn't expect to be on the stand that day, but
No, it was
Glad
good
you
though.
liked it.
Wow.
It was good.
You
No,
did
the
an excellent job. You did a really, really
32
good job.
objections total. 32 objections.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Tony, thank you so much for being with us today and for hanging out all this time. I know it's a long day. Who is next? Is it you, Jennifer? Do you come up next? Let me
I
see.
think it is. Yeah, I think I went after.
Oh
Tony.
my gosh. So Monday is Jennifer Day? Let me see.
It
Let me
looks
check.
like it. I think it is.
Yes. Yes. And yours is not long. It's only 27 minutes.
You know what's weird? Look at this. Can you see the count, Megan? The view count
Yeah.
on there. Look at the view count.
Wow. You have a very high view count.
Is that
700.
DFAX is trying to listen. Is that not crazy? It's the highest one out of anything on here. And I've never even shared it at all to any social media. So
You know what? That is interesting. Do you think why is it making the rounds? I wonder. Are there comments on it? Let's look at the comments.
I don't know.
Maybe it got shared. There's only one comment. So yeah, 756 views, but only one comment does not track.
It's just DFAX. Like, what does she have to say?
It's DFAX. They're spreading it around. All right. Well, this is exciting because we're going to get to hear Jennifer's testimony on Monday. And then I'm going to be gone Tuesday through the 3rd. So I think Monday is our only stream on this next week. Because, I'll be traveling the rest of the week. But
the next one is one of the best, though. Maureen Bixler's is like
after the one after yours, Maureen Bixler.
Yes. Like I love her testimony, but the jury doesn't get to hear any of it. So you can see she was on there for 1 hour and 47 minutes, and I don't know how much of that is with the jury present.
Interesting.
It's really
all right.
wild.
Well, this was great today. Tony, your testimony was amazing. I'm so sorry they put you through that for 2 hours. That was a long time for you to be battling it out with that woman. And I think she was harder on you than she needed to be. I don't know why the truth can't just come out. I feel like prosecutors do this sort of thing when they just are desperate to not have the truth come out, which is not what prosecutors should be doing. They should want the truth. These people should have noticed all the exculpatory evidence that there was for these people and dropped this a long time ago. But you did a great job.
Well, thanks. And thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate you covering these types of things. And also, I'm excited to add to my power tool collection. I've heard if you meet a goal I will definitely shoot some video chopping things with a saw.
With a chainsaw. And
I'll
Tony can
put
use
on a
one.
big bow.
Tony can use, and he can use a chainsaw.
He's allowed.
He's allowed to. He's part of
allowed to use
He's
it.
part of the male species that can wield these things safely. Our husbands will not allow us to touch chainsaws.
I'll definitely wield it recklessly.
I might be able to use our mini one. Jonathan might let me use the little one.
The mini one, yeah. Just make sure everybody's wearing safety glasses. Okay.
I might get an electric one just so I can yell and scream and you can hear me over the
nice
engine running as I crash out.
Don't forget, people, we're all gonna crash out. We're gonna squall out with power tools. If we raise $5,000, that's the first goal. The goal to get that video is $5,000 in the Hernandez Fund to pay these amazing attorneys that were able to secure an acquittal for them on this heinous, false case that should never have been brought in the first place. So we will be making another hilarious video for the Hernandez family. But that means that you got to share their Give, Send, Go. Mods, if you can drop that in the chat again several times. We would love to have you share that out and get some more. We need to raise $5,000. We're going to do an actual fundraising stream at some point with Nick. We'll
I miss Nick. I miss him being on here.
I know, he works a real job. It's very difficult to get him on here all the time because, he works like a normal person. Yeah, I know. I'm like, Nick, quit your job. Just do YouTube with us weirdos. No, but when we get his schedule, he's happy to help with a fundraiser. He's very good at it, and we will raise that money and get them paid. All right, guys, we will be back then to continue Hernandez trial on Monday. Thank you, Jennifer Williams, and You Are the Power for all the good work that you guys have done. And thank you, Tony, for being here. Give those girls a hug the next time you see them from all of us. House of Flux, I'll see you next week. All right, everybody. Later.
Lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. Oh, and my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. Say goodbye. No, I don't wanna No, I don't wanna say goodbye. I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. In my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna say goodbye.
the problem is he
Cameron
should
and
come
Johnny's bedroom
storming
before.
in there with
Yeah.
a string of
Do you
garlic
recall when
and
we
some
went
holy
into
water.
Mr. Jetson's
cross,
storage
a crucifix
bedroom?
one.
May the
Do you
power of
recall,
Christ
or no,
compel you.
No, I don't.
He
So
realized
Miss
his house
Hubbard,
was infested with
just up for
succubuses.
that,
And
there's a picture here with you of what it, yes. Do you recall whether it was there when you arrived in the afternoon? I don't remember seeing it now. So while she.
No wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
oh my God.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know
Witness
why you
Ramos
wanted to
known
drown
as
her.
Glacis, and that is
Witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That begins with Miss Vasquez.